That is a fire opening. What is up, Rum family? Another shout out to Miles Peacock for that incredible intro right there. This is the StrikeZone, and I'm your host, Fantasy Sven. It is Masters weekend, but we're here to talk baseball. We could also mention how Hideki Matsuyama is destroying the field in Augusta right now. It's not even, I mean, it's incredible to watch that. I'm so happy for him that he's actually going to get a jacket. He's going to win. You know, he's a very consistent player, but let's get into today's starting lineup, huh? You can find him all over the Rumboyz network, or probably shouting somewhere in the Bay Area. He is the fantasy football dummy, Bogard Scott Free.
Hey, and that's fantasy baseball dummy. All right, get it right.
Okay. Like the New York Football Giants, right? Like,
yes, I am the baseball dummy.
I even have that there too. I just didn't read it.
What about this?
I mean,
yes. How about them Braves? They're a little bit of hot streak right now.
How about them Braves? We're going to talk a little bit about them too.
You didn't think I knew about that, huh?
I was like, what?
They're 4-4 right now?
Actually, I don't know. I got to pull that up, but I think they might be. They might be 4-4.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Atlanta, give me money.
4-4. That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah. The baseball dummy's learning.
Now let's introduce our very special guest. He is a writer for the Roto Baller, Game Day NFL, and MLB, and the Fantasy Joneses. He's a member of SFWA and the IBWAA. Our friend from north of the border, it's Frank Amarante. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Great to be on the show. It's a pleasure.
Hey, Frank.
Cheers.
Welcome aboard.
Cheers. Yeah, cheers. So in StrikeZone, yes, we say batter up here. So if you got a shot, everybody listening, whatever, or just cheers. That's it. Batter up. So
yeah, batter up.
Batter up. Thanks for hopping on, Frank.
My pleasure. It's awesome to be here. Talk some baseball.
Let's be frank.
Let's be frank.
It's actually a privilege for you to be here. All right.
Absolutely. It's my privilege. My privilege.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me be more frank then.
Hey, tell everybody about Monkey Knife Fight.
Hey, well, Monkey Knife Fight. Let's be frank about Monkey Knife Fight. It's the greatest. You head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, download the MKF app, use promo code Rumboyz in all caps, and we'll get you in on some of this illegal, legit daily fantasy sports props action. We got baseball in full effect. Or in full swing, as they would say. See what I did there?
Oh,
get in on some of this.
He'll be here all season.
Home run derby. You know what I mean? Home run derby is always fun, especially for the baseball dummy because I don't know nothing. So I'm just like, yeah, he's going over. You know what I mean? But hey, less or more's all the prop action that you can imagine. And it's not just baseball. They got esports. They got everything, man. But anytime there's UFC, you can get down with that too. And just anything imaginable, everything under the sun, head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, use promo code Rumboyz, match that first deposit all the way up to $50. Monkey Knife Fight, give me money.
Monkey Knife Fight. Hell yeah. Frank and I were just talking about that. So we'll just slide right into that, you know, of Frank, tell us a little bit about like the odds that you look at, you know, like the betting that you do like daily, you know, for your over-unders and whatnot. I love following this, by the way.
Well, before I get into it, I just want to say I got absolutely crushed today with betting. Looks like I'm going 0-5. I needed Kershaw to go over 6.5 strikeouts. He was at 85 pitches, 6 strikeouts. I needed one more, and of course they took him out early. He was dealing too.
What inning was it?
Like they took him heading into the 7th, so he went 6 innings, around 80. I think he had around 85-ish pitches. So I'm thinking he's coming out, right? I need one more K, and of course, they gave him the hook early. So I'm pretty upset about that. But what you were saying about
what up, Haas?
Was I lagging a bit? No, we're good. Okay.
Oh no, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. So to go on with what you were saying about Monkey Knife, about props and how you can bet on them Monkey Knife Fight. What I like to look at, I love the strikeout props. I love betting on a pitcher to go over it and on his strikeouts. And I usually take I usually take a pitcher who obviously has good stuff, a good strikeout rate. I look at the opposing lineup and how they do against, let's say I'm going with Kershaw. He's a lefty. So I looked at how the Nationals do against lefties this year and last year, like if they strike out a lot or not. Right? So that helps. That'll help guide you on if you want to take this one pitcher to go over the number. Usually it's around anywhere from 5.5 to 7.5 strikeouts. But if it's like someone like DeGrom, like yesterday, it scared me off because he was at 9.5 and I didn't touch it. What'd he do? 14 Ks.
Dang.
So when it's that high, it's almost
But it's
like you gotta
DeGrom.
go
That's
over.
the thing. Like it's like you just say screw it. Like DeGrom's going to throw over 10 strikeouts.
That's crazy.
But
How
not
many innings
necessarily
does he average?
DeGrom,
Well, he's only got 2 starts this season, right? So
he's usually going 7 innings in his start, minimum 6 usually. Like he's the best in the game. He's getting you at least 7 Ks in his start, at least.
I'm checking his what he did yesterday, but I'm pretty sure what was it? Was it 7 or 8 yesterday?
Yesterday, I think he went deep. I think he went 8, at least 8. I think. Let's take a look here.
Dang,
I mean, that is one of the topics. I mean, we could, you know what? That's what the show is all about. Let's just transition right into that topic really quick. Jacob deGrom, like if you so Bogard, like this guy is absolutely like he's probably going to go down as one of the best pitchers, I think, like to ever play this game.
Ever.
The guy is phenomenal. He won the Cy Young with a 10-9 record. And if like the Mets would have actually given him like two runs a game, 2 runs even, I think.
Yeah.
He would have won like 30 games. But his ERA, I believe, Frank, and you can stat check me on this, was like a 1.7, I believe, that year, right? And then he had like a 0.9 whip, which is these are like godlike. These are incredible numbers.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
0.9.
But the Mets, so if you watch the game yesterday, like Frank was like, he had 14 strikeouts. He literally shut down the Marlins. Like, yes, he gave up a first inning, 100-mile-an-hour fastball to Chisholm right off. Oh my God. Like he just
right out the gate.
For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. Like that is exactly what happened. He belted that to right field. But the Mets, they cannot give any run support.
It's crazy.
How do you feel about this, Frank? Like what is like, is there something like,
I think it's just like coincidence that they're just not giving him run support, but it's got to be brutal for DeGrom just dealing like that, and his offense isn't giving him any run support. He's not getting the win. I mean, how much can he take of that? If that continues, let's say they have a disappointing year and this continues, who knows? Maybe he gets frustrated every time.
He'll wipe his tears with his millions.
Yeah. Maybe ask for a trade. You never know.
And he's fantastic too. Like he is absolutely phenomenal, and I just still can't. I'm beyond flabbergasted. It's ridiculous. It's any other pitcher that could put up 6. And the funny thing is this lineup right now, like could put up big, like they could put up some runs.
Yeah, they have a good lineup now, especially adding Lindor. Even last year, it was pretty solid. You know, you got Dom Smith, you got Alonso, you got Conforto, you got JD Davis is decent, you got McNeil.
Jeff McNeil, right? He's a 300 batter, exactly.
So it's kind of just weird that they often struggle to score when DeGrom starts, but hopefully that changes.
I mean, as a DeGrom lover, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm not a Mets fan. I'm a Yankees fan, as you could. I mean, this is Yankee Stadium.
But DeGrom is just, even I know who he is. You know what I mean? I'm the baseball dummy. You know what I mean? Like, he's just awesome.
He's fantastic. Exactly. Like, he is. He's
ridiculous. And he's even throwing harder now.
Right. I think he threw that one at bat to Chisholm. I don't know if you were watching or watched like highlights, Frank, but it just, dude, every single pitch, 99. And then I'm like, 100. And I was with a Mets fan too when it happened. And I was like, yo, bro, check this out. And then he just hot rocked that solo shot home run.
That was pretty crazy that he was able to hit that a rookie too.
Yeah. What was it? Was that a 100-mile-an-hour ball?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh,
right down, dude. Like literally, probably like right at the top of the box, I believe. And like this, like he
grabbed
turned
that
on.
Got a hold of that joint.
Right. I think it was like projected at like 405 feet. I mean, it went to
the
upper deck in City Field. Isn't really like
super
It's not
high.
like the upper deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a medium deck. We'll call it. It would probably be the medium
a
tier.
mezzanine.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
mezzanine.
Oh, wow, there you go.
You know what I mean?
That.
It's a good
Mezzanine.
word.
That's why you're here, Bogart.
That's why I'm here.
That is
Fancy words. I could have said lobby. You know what I mean?
but you didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
But you didn't, bro.
Exactly.
Right? So the Sunday night game actually starts in 45 minutes. I thought they usually start later.
Oh, does it? I thought it was starting at 8:30ish. I was gonna
Eastern.
I was gonna be on tilt and add in a late bet for that game, thinking it's on at 8.
So I think then we should definitely talk a little bit about the Sunday night preview. We got the Phillies and Braves, right? We got Matt Moore
on fire, bro.
The Matt Moore, who's still around and actually found himself in another rotation. Not the Matt Moore from the Dolphins, who was the quarterback, right? That's a different Matt Moore.
He loved him some Kenny Stills, by the way.
Yes,
he had only eyes for Kenny Stills. It was like surefire thing, bro. Every week,
Kenny Stills. Versus Drew Smiley, who actually kind of looked like the Drew Smiley of old. I mean,
he looked good.
Right? He looked good in his first outing. He went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts against the Nationals. Who's not? I mean, it's not a lineup to sneeze at.
Yeah. I was about to say, even I know they're not bad.
Yeah, he could strike out. He's got a good strikeout rate. He's got some upside this year. And the Braves strike out a lot. They got a lot of power in that lineup, but they do strike out a lot. The thing is, I think his prop tonight that I saw for strikeouts is 6.5. So it's tough because
that's tough, man.
It's tough because
it's tantalizing because it seems so low.
But like he doesn't really pitch deep into games. So if it's one of those games where maybe he's struggling a bit with control, he's that pitch count is getting too high. He might go 4 innings, strike out 6, stay half under. So I do kind of like over.
He was 6 innings the last game, his first start of the season.
Okay, because then maybe like they're easing him in, they won't give him another 6. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it could be, but this is a pitcher that he hasn't really throughout his career. He's had a lot of injuries, so I feel like he's not going any more than 6 innings.
Yeah, they're managing him.
Yeah,
it's gonna have 6 is exactly it's crazy because you don't. I feel like right now we haven't seen too many of the aces or a lot of pitchers going deep into games
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think that's going to be a thing we see through much of this season coming off.
You think so?
Every pitch, I think pitchers across the board, their innings will be down by
200. You think a Garrett Cole who normally pitches 200, let's say 215 would be probably 180
or 190, 195. Yeah.
Okay.
The Garrett Coles are going to the Garrett Coles of the world are going to be more valuable because they're probably still going to approach 200 innings, but then you might see someone like Walker Buehler go 165, 170. It's possible coming off the shortened season.
True.
Let me see here.
That's so crazy.
Man.
The pitcher's arm is just amazing because the wear and tear, you have to manage it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got a closer. You're like, oh, why isn't this guy he's a starting pitcher? No, that's what he's focused on. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mariano Rivera focused on getting these guys. That's if he was a starter, he wouldn't have been good. That's just, and it's fascinating, like you said, because he's throwing the same exact pitches as a starter. But why can't it? Why is Jacob deGrom throwing 100 miles an hour but pitching 8 innings when there's a closer who's also throwing 100 miles an hour? His arm's not built for that.
It's crazy. Yeah. And nowadays you see all these these starting pitch velocity is up across the board.
Facts, Jesse.
Dude, it's only going to get faster too. The more because the what is it called? Workout plans and nutrition diets. You know what I mean? Everything just gets better every year. These players come out bro, it's crazy in all sports.
Oh, totally.
It's athletes are getting
it's muscle memory. It really is. It really is. And not having a full 2020 season. Definitely. I mean, I didn't even think of that. I kind of did, but I didn't. I'm like, why is my fantasy? Because I mean, they're playing the game for our fantasy teams. We all know that. Come on.
Yeah, that's why.
Right? That's
of course.
That's why all athletes play. Of course, they're here for our fantasy teams. Come on.
It's funny because it's true.
Right. So true. I'm all for this. That was probably one of the funnest years to watch baseball with Mark McGwire and Sammy.
Oh, bringing steroids. Yeah, the home run race.
Oh yeah, I actually think like baseball was more fun with steroids. Like personally.
Dude, because and it's funny that we're talking like that. We're literally bringing that up. I mean, do you know who this, Frank? You know who this is?
Ryan Braun?
Yeah.
He was a beast.
He was Roy
Guy was
Beast,
an animal. He lied.
Beast.
Lied every single year. And then, okay, sorry, I've been taking steroids. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I did googity, gufluggity. Nice. There you go. And YouTube give Bogard money. Hell yeah, Sydney. That's what's up.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'm like, and it was literally like every other day. It would be like, hey, like my mother would scream from like the kitchen, like watching the game. She'd be like, oh, like Mark McGwire hit another home run. And I'm like, yes.
That was crazy. I was
Real talk.
I think I was 10 when that was going on. But
what was that year? The Barry Bonds year?
I think that was 2001.
2001 or 2000?
Where he hit 73?
Yeah.
Right?
And like, yeah, because I just remember like, you know what I mean? Like, and then we ended up losing to the Angels because I'm a Giants fan, but we ended up losing to Yeah.
And that Angels team, I think, was like scrappy. They didn't have a lot of stars at the time. They had like David Eckstein and stuff.
I'm trying to remember their manager's
Eckstein.
name.
I remember David Eckstein.
Yeah,
Hell
Eckstein for sure. Oh man, that Barry Bonds. But see, that was when baseball was fun. This is steroid era, you know what I mean?
Right? I just want to see 100 stolen bases from one player again.
Oh, that's what I want to see. More steals across the board.
Yes, man. Because some of these catchers, let's be real. Yes, some catchers can throw people out, but like half of these guys are probably like, I feel like if they take a chance, like, I don't know, like half of them can't get thrown out. I feel like.
Yeah, you know,
how many feet is like 90 feet?
Yeah,
from one base to the next. I'm all thinking I can do it.
Let's check it out.
I can probably steal a base.
I think it's 60 or 90. I think 90 is the mound, but I always forget this.
You're good, bro. I got you.
Yeah, listen, I am the baseball dummy, but I think I might be on this one. I think it's 90 feet.
I think it is 90 feet. The infield must be a square, 90 feet. Boom. So it's literally 90, 90, 99.
Math, give me money.
Look at you, bro. See, that's why you're the Glenn Humplick of my Tom Green show.
Of your Tom Green, yes. And I'm honored to be Glenn. You know what I mean?
You're the
other guy, Phil. There's another guy.
The guy in the window, like just drinking coffee.
Yeah. Just sitting. Tom Green was the guy.
Frank, I don't know if you watched that show back in the day.
He's from Canada. You gotta know Tom Green.
I know him, but honestly, I didn't watch that show.
No,
no.
See if you can get reruns. See if you can get some reruns. They're ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous.
Dude, there was one. He went to Japan, right? And Japan is such a very cordial society, polite. Mm-hmm. Everyone's in the subway. You're shoulder to shoulder, but everyone's quiet. And he comes in the subway wearing a Godzilla suit, and he's just bumping into everyone, yelling.
And he's literally, that's right. He's trying to like push himself onto the subway, right? Like,
yeah,
just like, Tom Green.
That shit is funny, probably only to him and me and Sven, and maybe
hey, there's some people out there that would probably laugh at that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like, it is, but it's
hilarious.
Neither here nor there, exactly. Sunday night. So let's Phillies Braves. Let's finish it out. What do you think? What are your predictions, Bogard? What do you think is going to happen in this game? Matt Moore, not the quarterback, versus Drew Smiley, who has Smile in his name.
If Kenny Stills is on this team, bro, you know what I'm saying? Now, listen, I'm going with the Braves, man. They ripped off 4 straight, right? If I remember correctly, and I'm just going with the hotness, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I agree.
I like it.
Matt Moore. So Matt Moore didn't pitch in MLB last year. He pitched in Japan, I believe, and he did pretty well.
Hey,
he's
Japan
a former top pro. Yeah, he's
Japan's
a former.
To sneeze at, man.
Yeah.
They love them some baseball over there.
But I know he's a former top prospect, and he was awful the last few years. But then apparently he went to Japan and he got better. And the first couple innings in his first start, he looked all right. But I mean, he ended up walking 4. He looked like the same guy. He's taking on a tough Braves lineup. So Yeah, I'm with you. The Braves are probably going to win this game, I got to say.
You think it's going to come down to the bullpen? Like, do you think, like, because Matt Moore, I mean, he was only out there 3.1 innings his last outing. I don't know who they played. I forget who. Let me see who they played. Unless you know offhand. There's a lot of baseball games.
I was going to say,
they played the Mets.
Played the Nationals, the Phillies.
He played the Mets. So Matt Moore's last outing, he played the Mets, right? And he only lasted 3 innings, 3.1 innings. Like, that's it. Yeah. I like it. I like the Braves, but I think it. I said this past weekend that the Yankees and the Rays were going to go down to the bullpen. Starters were not really going to be a thing. And yesterday, I guess the starters were a little bit, but like shit, I think the final today was like 10-4 or something, and like Friday was like 6-4. Like they were high scoring games. Exactly, man. Like Yankees pitching is not really going to be. I am a Yankees fan, but I think if the bats aren't doing anything,
their bullpen was getting a lot of hype too going into this year.
Everybody's hurt.
Why is there so much hype then?
I mean, Chapman, because they do have a pretty solid bullpen. I mean, the Yankees do have a very good, like they have experience. They got Chapman is back. I mean, Zach Britton is hurt. I forget how. Do you know how long he's out for, Frank?
Zach Britton?
Yeah, I forget.
I don't know how long he's out for, but
isn't he on the 30-day IL?
I'll have to check into that one. But to what you were saying about the pitching, I actually think the pitching will be okay. I think Kluber always gets off to a slow start. I think he'll get it going. They got Jameson Tyon in the offseason. He's got some potential. You know, Severino maybe could come back. You got Garrett Cole. You got Davey Garcia who could come up and do decent. And I like Jordan Montgomery. So I know it's struggling right now, but I think they'll get it going.
Right? Okay. All right. I like your positivity. That's good as a Yankees fan. You know, you're making me feel better. So being from Cat, are you a Blue Jays fan?
Oh yeah, huge Blue Jays fan.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement about the team.
What part of Canada are you from?
I'm from Toronto.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, Bret Hart is my all-time favorite wrestler growing up. He's from Calgary, but yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto people don't like Calgary. No. I don't know.
As a kid, I liked Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, of course, Heartbreak Kid. You know?
Yeah.
He had that kick.
The Sweet Chin music,
yeah.
bro.
Sweet Chin.
Yeah,
that's what it was called. You're right.
Yeah.
Bro, and then, man, even though the CTE kind of messed him all up, but man, what's his name? Chris Benoit, bro. He was the
Chris
shit.
Benoit. He was good. I liked watching him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was good.
I just added while we were having that discussion, trying to do it discreetly. I had to deposit into my betting account because after our talk, I wanted to get a little action on the night game while it's on and we're having this discussion. And I added Drew Smiley over 6.5 Ks.
You did it. You went for it.
Yeah, I did it.
You went for it. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a Monkey Knife Fight actually right now. We'll do a little prop. So I'll just while I work on pulling that up, I guess we could just I want to talk a little bit about some injuries, but I'll leave week 1 reactions. Here we go. We'll talk about some week 1, like obviously week 1 because of like those 3 days, you know what I mean? Like it still counts for your fantasy week. So like Frank, start us off. How do you feel so far about like baseball? Like good, bad, whatever, anything, like having the guy on second base in extra innings, like this is your time, man. Tell us what you like and love about baseball after the first week.
What I'm loving about baseball after the first week is we're starting to see Byron Buxton finally break out. The guy's just crushing the ball right now. He's got I got him on one in my home league. He's got 5 home runs now.
He's on my list. He's probably the biggest steal, I think, of the drafts right now.
He's got 5 jacks and a steal. Like this guy's killing it. All he needed was health. He struggled with some inconsistency, but now you just can see him. You just see it. He's putting it all together.
Coming into his own,
Yeah, he's still only 27. It feels like he's been in the league for a while. So it's his time to shine. I have him only in 1 league, but like I'm loving it. He's killing it.
That's so crazy in baseball. It's like he's 27, so young. You know what I mean? But any other sport, you're like, dang, he's so old. You know what I mean? Especially football.
It's true. It's true. Because some of these young players in baseball, they come up hyped as prospects. Everyone wants to draft them in their league. And what happens? They struggle for a couple years, even 3, 4, 5 years, like Buxton did. Now, finally, he's putting it together. So I don't really play dynasty leagues in baseball, but I feel like getting too excited about young prospects in dynasty leagues for baseball could really burn you just because how long sometimes it takes for them to develop.
It's a good point, man, because sometimes these 5-year guys, they're not even entered their prime yet. They're just like getting it together, like you said. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so
I will say mine, the thing that for me, because I've been paying.
Oh, hell yeah. But will you tell us? Tell the viewers, yo.
Before this, I don't fuck with no baseball, right? But then, when Sven's like, I want you on the show. So I started paying attention more. And what's crazy is like, there's been some higher scoring affairs. Like, and I was thinking maybe it's because everyone's getting back into like, into the full swing of things. I'm not saying that as a pun, but you know what I mean? Like, a lot of these pitchers, maybe that's why they're giving up runs.
It's coming down to more bullpens. You're seeing a lot more bullpen guys coming out there that, I mean, it's tough. And Frank could probably attest to this. Like, it is tough to find a good bullpen, like arm that you trust.
And some of those upsets too, man, in week 1, like the Rockies game, like
dude, they've been hitting the crap out of the ball. Ryan McMahon, another guy, another steal of drafts. Oh yeah,
another guy. He's killing it.
Super late.
Oh, got him. You could have gotten him for like free. I think in like most of the drafts that I was in, like nobody was looking. They were like, of course you want Trevor Story, Charlie Blackmon. I feel like he's going to bounce back this year. I hope so.
A lot of these veterans I really liked coming into the year just because last year was just such a disruption in their routine, and like you could give them a mulligan for that. Like these are vets. They're gonna come back a regular full season. Like JD Martinez is a perfect example of that. Today he had 3 homers.
3 today?
Yeah,
Damn.
3.
Holy!
Last year he had a down year. And it's because he complained that they weren't allowed to watch video after the game and, look at what went wrong, what went right in the game. Why? Because of COVID restrictions, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So now that things are more back to normal, he's just back to himself. I don't know. He's got probably at least 4 home runs right now. Let me see.
Who's dude from the Braves right now? He has like 3 home runs in the past like a couple games.
I'd say, is it Acuna probably?
Is it Acuna?
Let me see. I know he homered the other night, I think. I
was gonna say I'd take the under on him, whatever his maybe actually, how do they do it with batters? It's only home runs, right? On MKF.
You know what? I'm gonna actually just start playing MKF tomorrow with baseball. I did a bit with it in football because one of the writers who writes with Rotorballer with me, he posted one of his parlays on Monkey Knife Fight, all strikeout props. He put $5, he won 500. I'm like, damn, man, I need to get in on it.
It's tough. Exactly.
Yeah. So
he hit that
let's do one. Let's do one right now, right? Like, let's do one for tonight. All right. So you did the Drew Smiley, right? You said less, like you did more.
Wait, I'm going to tell you one good bit of info here. So on my site, I use Bet365. They actually have Matt Moore at 5.5 strikeouts. So on Monkey Knife Fight, you're getting 1 less strikeout to have to hit the over there. So I think that's pretty good value. I'd probably go over on Moore just because you're getting him at 4.5 compared to 5.5.
Right? I feel like 4.5 exactly sounds like
you gotta get it now too.
It sounds more better.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they might switch it.
Pretty good.
And hopping on the show with us, who absolutely loves the Phillies and the Braves, is Nationals fan. You know him as the, I guess, what is he? He's the funny guy. I'll just bring him in. He can introduce himself. What up, Herm? He's the goofy guy on the Rumboyz Network who is a diehard Nationals fan.
What's up? Hi, it's your boy Herms. I do goofy shit for the Rumboyz, and now I'm here to do it, but talking about baseball instead of football.
Listen, I want to say something.
What's up, man?
Herms, his skills, bro, are incredible, and I feel like it goes unnoticed because your character is so outlandish that they don't realize you actually got solid isms, bro. Like, dude is ill with the stats and everything, bro.
Well, I appreciate you very, very much.
If I didn't like him, I wouldn't ask him to be on the show like every week. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Hell yeah! So
go ahead.
We're doing more. We're doing more and more.
More and more.
More on Smile. He's got smiles in his name, so he can't be that bad, right?
Right?
That's a Bogartism right there.
Yeah.
I think you're smiling after the results of this bet.
All right, what do we want? Do we want $1,000 on this, or what?
Let's see what that pays out.
Actually, what would it pay out?
I'm actually see. This is fun because now this is pure. This doesn't even go from daily fantasy for me. I'm like basically gambling because I don't know shit. So I'm just whatever we're going more and more. That's what
we're doing more and more. Okay. I'm only gonna do a short one, small one. You know what I mean? Because
I'm just gonna put $10 on it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I gotta do I gotta go to my account and add some because I don't think I have anything left in that monkey knife fight account.
Yeah, man. And I think can that code be used, Bogard? Like even if you have an account and you want to add more money, or do you have to start up an account?
No, you can add more money because they're not going to allow you to start up multiple accounts. You can only have one per. Like, a matter of fact, I tried to start another one. I was thinking I'm slick. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a few accounts, and then they wanted verification of my ID. I was like, what? And then when I sent them a picture, right? Then they emailed me back. Oh, you already have it. There's already an existing account. You know what I mean? God. And I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. I have multiple phones. I was like, maybe I could do different phones, different emails. You know what I mean? Nah, I can't do it. My girl got to an account though, and I use that one. So
do we want to get crazy? And
I'm joining you.
And do a 5 for 5, my man, in fantasy points.
Okay,
so more or less. It's rapid fire, but technically more or less. Like who's gonna have more fantasy points?
Give me one.
Let's break this down. So Matt Moore, who's going to have more fantasy points? Matt Moore or Drew Smiley? Now, mind you, I have a feeling neither of them are going to come into the decision. I don't think it's going to happen.
Possible. Well, I'm going Smiley though.
Smiley with more fantasy points?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because he's getting a bonus too.
Let's go with him then.
Right?
They're already winning.
Yeah, because sometimes it's kind of small actually here. Yeah. Here's what I'll do.
They always give a bonus to the guy who's less favored.
Is this better for you guys?
Smiley would be favored.
It's still small now. Oh,
it's still small?
I can't read. Oh, there we go. That's better.
Oh, all right. Sweet. There it is.
Aha!
All right. Yeah. So Smiley, I like Smiley. Okay, now Bryce Harper versus Ronald Acuna, right? Who's going to have more fantasy points? And Bryce Harper's getting an extra 0.5.
If there's one thing I know about the sport of baseball, it is that you never count out Bryce Harper in the month of April. That dude absolutely destroys it early on every single year. And, just like when the calendar says April, you pick Bryce Harper. That's just how I don't know. I don't make the rules. That's how life works. It's true.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you on that one. I'm not even gonna argue it.
He did hit his for years.
He did hit his first home run.
Acuna is on fire right now too, right? Didn't he just had like a couple home runs, but still.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a close one.
It's Harper and it's April. We're going with it.
I like the 0.5 for Bryce though. I don't know why. Like I feel like that is maybe a factor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always good to have that. To have the plus.
All right.
The only thing I would say is that Harper's facing a lefty. He's a left-handed hitter. He's facing Smiley. So, but like you said, it could get to the bullpen, and that could mean nothing.
Right, exactly. Anyway. Like he could struggle for his first 2 at bats, and then he gets to his third and 4.
Yeah, and then hits a 3-run jack.
Right.
Yeah. Because what is Smiley averaging innings wise?
Well, he only had 6 in the first one.
He's not. I don't see him going more than 5 or 6, but I think he'll get a bunch of strikeouts.
Yeah.
Right, which goes into our next 2 guys who strike out a little bit is Rhys Hoskins over JT Realmuto. Who's going to have more?
Is there a plus?
Rhys Hoskins is getting 0.5.
That makes it so tough.
Rhys Hoskins, I feel like if he's not hitting a home run, he strikes out a bunch.
Oh, I agree. It's just that little bonus kind of makes it a little now because logic would dictate Real Muto, but at the same time, it's just I don't know, man. It feels like
Rhys has the extra 0.5, so I'm gonna take that. You know what I mean? Let's get what up, Aiden?
Let's get a consensus going here.
I think
did Trey Mitchell have a good game today?
I just pulled up Hoskins. He's 0-8 in the series, so that's worth.
So does that mean he's due, or is he just going to
continue?
Yeah,
that's the thing. It could be, is he going to keep slumping, or is he due?
Is this the curse of Ryan Howard?
I go Real Muto.
Right? Okay.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
it.
going him
I
because
like
his name
it.
sounds cooler.
You
All
can't
right,
argue that.
now this one's a pretty tough one. We got Alec Boehm, who's actually been hitting the crap out of the ball. He's doing pretty good. With 0.5 versus Blade, Andrew McCutchen.
McCutcheon's my boy, but that 0.5 really makes a difference.
Like, is McCutchen, like, is he having a good year? Like, I mean, I think he's decent, right? Isn't he having a decent year?
He homered last game. One thing is that since he leads off, you could see him get one extra at bat because bomb hits cleanup.
Let me see the lineup. They have the lineup out already.
Oh, they have it.
Actually, he's batting 5, and yes, McCutchen is at 1.
Okay, let's go McCutchen because you might get that one extra at bat just because he's leading off, and that could be the difference.
I like it. I'm all for it.
When you get points, right, for if you're the batter and you get people on like to move on bases.
You got to get a hit or you got to walk or steal a base, an RBI,
Yeah. Score a run. Yeah.
Okay, so it don't matter if you take other people home.
No, it does.
Oh, okay.
So if you take another hitter home, get an RBI. I don't know exactly the points, but it's more than a single would be, probably. Okay. So you'd probably get a point for the single and then another bunch of points for the RBI.
I might lean Buddy that's batting 5th because they might, you know what I mean?
That's true.
On base, you know what I mean?
No, that's really tough. Like Baum is the better hitter. It just for me.
McCutchen has a chance to get maybe a stolen base or like
that's the reason
runs. It's the narrative that exactly like Baum. I could see Baum going 1 for 4, 1 home run, like 2 RBIs, and that's it. Like maybe like 2 strikeouts. But like McCutchen, I don't know. I think McCutchen has a better chance of getting on base.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like I like it. I like the one spot. I mean, percentages are in our favor, I guess.
Yeah, and he's getting the half. He's getting the half point, right? Or the 0.5. Yeah. All right, we're doing this.
All right, we're going Blade. We're going Wesley Snipes. Ozzie Albies, Blade. Right? He looks like Blade. Like he could play Blade. Like if they said Andrew McCutchen was cast as Blade, like sign me up. I'm first.
I could see it. I'm
at the theater, my man. Ozzie Albies, Didi Gregorius. Gregorius is getting 0.5.
I'm going Albies.
What are you doing in my laboratory?
Hey, man, great Dexter's Lab reference, bro. I don't think I've ever even thought of Dexter's Lab in decades.
Dexter's Laboratory.
His laboratory.
Oh, dude, that show. I
remember that show. That was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
The answer is Albies, though, because I mean he started off pretty slow, but then
right, he's actually playing pretty good.
When you face the Nats, your bat comes alive, obviously for really sad reasons. Plus, but ever since then he's been hitting well.
Plus, you got Didi. He's a left-handed hitter facing a lefty and Smiley. So I think that's a tiebreaker for me.
Okay,
let's do it.
I'm going.
Locked it in.
Okay, locked it in. That's it.
You love
trying to log into my monkey knife fight as we're talking.
Yeah, man, you're good, bro.
Yeah, sometimes the joint be. I mean, man, know what? Have you fucked with the app yet, my guy? You should maybe download the app.
Yeah, I never got the app. I got to get the app. Yeah. For now, I'll just quickly do it on the site. But
gotcha.
Yeah, man.
Just so I don't waste too much. But
and for the record, they totally robbed Bret Hart at that Iron Man match.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was the beginning of it all.
Did you watch like WrestleMania yesterday? I didn't watch it.
No, WrestleMania was this day?
Yeah, I heard.
It's so weird. They don't do it on Sundays no more. That's weird.
Stop it! It's not on Sundays.
2-day event. 2-day event.
It's a 2-day event.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
I remember staying up at like 10 o'clock at night, waiting for WrestleMania to start. Like, and I had school the next day. Like, and I didn't care because if you missed WrestleMania, you had nothing to talk about. And you were like, wait, what happened? Who Who
And
threw?
There wasn't no DVRs and none of that back in the days. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you had to watch that joy or wait
You
for it
missed
to
that
come out
episode
on
of
tape.
Sopranos on HBO. You
You're
missed
never
it.
seeing it
You
again.
were screwed. Exactly.
You
Like
gotta
you
Oh, I
It's a
wish
marathon.
I wish I watched Sopranos while it was going on in real time. I didn't. I watched
But have
it.
you watched it?
Oh yeah. I binged
Yeah,
all the
great,
seasons.
great show.
Oh
man.
yeah, one of my
What a show.
favorites.
Yeah.
So realistic. Like that's exactly how
And I'm from like
a lot
that.
of those
like,
guys act.
I used to pass Bada Bing all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I got
word?
places in northern Jersey. It's
Yeah.
called Sat. It used to be called Sat. The real name is called Satin Dolls.
Mm,
That's what it is off the
family-
highway, like one in place in Jersey.
Oh, heard.
awesome.
Yeah.
Bro, so the Sopranos, they were loosely based on like the Lucchese family, and that's the family that Goodfellas was based on. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? There's little correlations there, you know what I mean? Because yeah, they were Jersey based. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Jersey.
Jersey.
In the after show, I could fill you guys in of who I'm married to. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Oh,
All right, we'll talk.
You're a friend of theirs.
he's
That's
a
right,
friend of
exactly.
ours.
They're going to make the pizza. You know,
I got a guy. Frank will
rigatoni.
appreciate what family I married into. I don't know if it's legit, but we'll see.
He's a made guy.
Right?
He's
Exactly.
married in. He's a made guy.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can check out all the stuff on the Rumboyz network, like throughout the whole week. I mean, we got you all week, right?
Real
Like
talk.
my version's better. Brews and Q's and I forget the name of that one.
Beer, Business and Brews.
Yeah, Business and Brews. That's it. That's
and
it.
there's,
Fantasy first rounders. We
Fantasy
got
first
Rumboyz
round-
After Dark. We got the
After
StrikeZone
Dark,
on Sunday.
with your boy.
It's just strike
That's
zone.
right, dude. After Dark gets pretty saucy. We'll have to get we'll have to get Frank on After Dark
That'd be
Friday
cool.
night if he's never. Dude,
I've
You gotta be
seen them
mentally
come up on Twitter. I'd love to join.
yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
we
gotta get you
we
there.
drink and we drink and we drink.
Right, and then there's some questions and topics.
There's sprinkles of questions, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of questions, be sure to, you know what I mean, like drop your questions. Any viewers like you guys have, like fantasy, we are here for fantasy, but I just love talking baseball in general. I mean, this is exciting. So, with baseball comes injuries, and we know that they're a little bit more intense. So, I just wanted to talk about a couple injury updates. Excuse me, I got to sneeze. Nope,
You love
didn't
to see
happen. Didn't happen.
You gotta look
Gonna
to the
happen.
sky.
Fernando Tatis. Frank, talk about Fernando. How do you feel about this injury? Not how do you feel about it, but like, is he gonna
Well,
come
I've
back when they
seen-
say he is?
They're saying it's similar to the injury Adalberto Mondesi had, I think, 2 years ago, and he had to miss like I think it was a month to 6 weeks, and then even when he came back, like it affects his power just because it's a shoulder injury. So I'm not feeling good about Tatis. Even if he comes back early, I don't think he'll be the same type of hitter just for this season. So if you're not in a
he's a top 10 pick, right, in fantasy this year.
oh, he's like top
100%, yeah.
5.
top 5.
He was a top 2 pick.
Yeah.
Would you say trade him right now to a believer that will pay up for him right now?
I mean, it depends on
Are
what
you
you can
willing?
get.
It's
Hard
tough.
sell.
Because he could, like, the risk is he misses the whole year. That's the worst case.
Because it was bad. Did you see Bogart at all? Like he went up there, man. Dude.
Nasty.
I mean, it just
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
if his labrum is like absolutely fucked, it's game
you
over.
knew he was hurt, bro, right when you saw
Yeah.
it. You're like, oh, that wasn't good at all. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to laugh at it, but also because I'm aware of that name because he was what's the word I'm looking for? High draft capital in fantasy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
His
He
dad
could,
was pretty good too.
he could hit 35, 40 home runs, steal 30 bases. Like he's a beast.
exactly. He could be a 30-30 guy, which I mean, we don't see that too often these days anymore.
Mhm.
And also, fun fact for people who don't know about his father, Fernando Tatis Sr., only player to ever hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning. Boom.
I remember that. That
Wow.
was crazy.
I
Yeah.
like
fun
that.
fact.
Herms, look at that Herms isms, bro.
That is like that's something that may not ever happen again. But if
No,
it does,
probably
it's
not.
going to
Very
take a
hard
very
to do.
long. It's gonna
That's
take a very long
insane.
time.
I was at a Giants game, right? I want to say this was about maybe 6 years ago. There was 2 grand slams in this game, and I've never seen a grand slam ever, right? And both times we decided to get up and go wait in line for beer, and then based on
Oh.
loaded, and it's a grand slam. Whoa, what the fuck? And then we're sitting down again later on, in this same scenario. Hey man, let's go get some beer. And you know what I mean? We go to, and just, bases are loading up. We're in this line. We're like, it won't happen again. Boom. I've never seen one, and I missed two in a day.
Wow.
I mean,
That is so unfortunate. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dude, you need a hug or something. Like that's like
I was like,
So sad.
listen, bro, it was terrible.
Oh,
Like, I don't
Lord.
even care for baseball like that, but the games are fun. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
baseball games are the best, man. I love going to a baseball game live. Like there's nothing like going to a baseball game live.
the minute I get that vaccine, my ass, Nats Park, it's happening. I'm so excited. Oh, God. Plus, I live near a couple of minor league teams, too. So even though one of them is no longer affiliated with the team, they will be in that new draft league thing that they're doing. You know, remember hearing about that? Like that new thing they've revamped. So it's like, dude, I'm going to get to see some pretty unique shit in my area. So like,
Minor league games
Like-
are awesome. I love going to minor league games. They're all about the fans. Like the tickets are so cheap, and like you said, like we could see some like all-stars that we've never like, holy crap, I'm gonna watch out for this guy, you know. And then
I saw Luis Robert 10 minutes from my house for $13. Like,
Wow, that's
come on.
sick.
Like,
he was a triple A animal.
Yeah, I remember.
Actually, I don't even think he really played in triple A that long.
I want to say Lincecum and Posley. They came from the San Jose Giants, and that's where I live. You know what I mean? Like, and that should be popping. That ballpark.
yeah, A-ball, dude.
Yeah,
A-ball is
it'd be-
fucking fun to
it'd be
watch,
lit,
man.
man.
Because like the Carolina League All-Star game was around where I live a couple of years ago, and I went to that shit, and like, dude, oh, that was just loaded with like the top 100 prospects just like everywhere, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like freaking out because I'm a nerd, and it's like, dude, oh my god, and I like brought a bunch of stuff to get signed, and nobody signed anything, but I did bring it anyway, and it was so cool, and I was like freaking out, and I was like, Dad, this is so unique, and like, oh my god, just holy shit, shout out my
You know
father,
what's
but like,
crazy?
yeah,
From the outside looking in, being the baseball dummy, right? It's crazy because you know what I mean, like the culture of baseball, like the fan, you're a real hardcore fan. You're not there's never a casual baseball fan.
you can't
Yeah,
half-ass it.
You could
You might
could do that
find them,
with
but
football.
like,
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though? Like you can do that with football. You could be a casual fan of football, and the popularity is because the popularity is through the roof. You know what I mean? Baseball is not the most popular when it comes to like, you know, the ratings and all these metrics that people will put it to. But would you guys think that baseball is like the most disrespected one as far as like the big three in America?
Yeah, I think it's fallen behind basketball and football for sure.
For sure.
In my
But
opinion.
even being number 3 is still pretty good because, like, hey, it's more popular than hockey, and regionally
Hockey is
though,
dope.
like, dude, I love hockey. Dude,
I do like hockey. I used to play hockey.
Go Caps, go Nats.
See, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
dude.
You could be a casual fan of hockey and go to a hockey game and it'll be fun.
Hockey games are the blast. I mean,
yeah.
did you, Frank? And I mean, this may be a cliche or a stereotype, but did you play hockey?
No, I actually didn't. I didn't.
Really?
No,
You're
I didn't.
Canadian, man.
No, I didn't.
They didn't kick you out of the country?
No, I'm still here. Still here. Still
I
here.
thought it was like required military service.
Right? Like it's
Instead of
like in
military, they
class,
gave you a
like
hockey
you take
stick.
like
It was like,
math,
oh,
science,
boy.
hockey. Like
No, never played.
that's crazy. All right.
Like I like hockey. I liked it a lot more when I was younger. It's kind of fallen behind football, baseball, and even basketball for me.
Really?
I still like it, but not as much. When I was a kid, it was my favorite to watch, but not anymore.
Are you?
I hear you. I hear you on that.
Me, I'm
What's
a
up?
Red Wing. I'm actually a Red Wings fan.
Okay.
My dad's a huge
Ooh.
Leafs fan, so we'd always talk shit to each other.
Nice.
Right? Because they
Yeah.
got exactly. They're in the I'm a Devils fan. Whenever they're good, which hasn't been since Martin Brodeur.
Yeah, they were good in
A long time.
those times.
Martin Brodeur, Canadian, he was phenomenal. I mean, he's probably the best. You could say he's probably the best goalie ever.
Yeah,
He's in the argument,
Up there.
I think.
for
Okay,
sure.
Patrick Waugh, another one.
Ooh, baby, I like it. Whoa.
Look at
Baby, I like it. Whoa.
I love that original song though too.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, OBJ. I mean OBJ, ODB. I'm sorry. OBJ might as well be dead anyway. In fantasy, at least.
I like Slightly Stupid.
Oh, in
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not in real life. I don't hit on these guys in real life. In fantasy, though, corals.
Ketel Marte also
Oh, yeah.
injured.
We're talking about
started
baseball,
off
right.
started off hot on the season. He definitely like his ADP from where he's like what he was playing. I think he over 400. Obviously, it's very early. He's not gonna. We don't have any Ted Williams anymore these days. You know, nobody's gonna bat over 400. If they do, what are they taking?
Yeah, I know, right?
I want some.
Yeah, they never will now. Everyone tries to swing for the fences. You can't really. It's too hard to hit that high of an average these
Exactly.
days.
So Marte over 400, but right hamstring strain. No word on the severity. I mean, Herms, Frank, like you guys, what do you think of this? Like, you think it's only going to be the 10-day for him?
Severity's everything. It really depends because like those soft tissue injuries in any sport, they can linger, you know, and like especially in baseball, dude. Like, fuck, it's important for a lot of the actions that you're doing, both in the field and at the plate. Like, yeah, and especially for a player like Marte, like he needs his legs under him for sure. So it's like we need to know the severity first. Like even if it's not super severe or whatever, like if he's slow coming back, it's just like, oh man, like call up the cranberries because I'm afraid that shit will linger. Like I do not want that to be a problem. So like, yeah.
Dude, that was phenomenal. I need a clip of that, dude.
Cranberries give
you
me money.
should let it linger.
You have to.
Wow.
Yeah,
great song. Sorry.
You know I'm such a fool for you. Hey,
great
stuff.
Got me wrapped around your finger.
Stuff like this just happens. I mean, it is. Frank, what do you think?
You asked me to join the show.
I know.
It looked pretty bad when the injury happened, and like I'm surprised they haven't given us any update yet. But I gotta think he's out a month. Like definitely not back after 10 days, in my opinion. Like he's gonna probably have to do a rehab assignment or go to the alternate site, whatever they have to do. But I think it's gonna be some extended time, in my opinion. The way it looked, he just started limping really badly, and then
if he's
immediately left the game.
Too, if
they
he's
said
a speed guy too, bro. Like you're gonna
like he could exactly.
The re-aggravation is highly probable.
Yeah.
So you gotta really rest this guy fully. You know what I mean?
He's a shortstop, yes.
Well,
yeah.
They
play him a few different places, but
right.
He's been playing in the outfield this year, but if you play in a Yahoo Fantasy League, you could use him at second, short, or outfield.
Yeah. Because on NBC Sports Edge, which used to be Roto World, where I would get my updates, he's listed as an outfield, and I was a little confused. I mean, I have been watching, but like Diamondbacks, I guess I haven't really been watching that much this year because I only have him on teams. But that's it, you know what I mean? But like, yes, the only update is that he was going to go for an MRI on Friday, and that's all I see. I don't know if anything else was on Twitter. If it is, if you guys got an update, that's great.
If they haven't released any information yet, it's probably because they haven't determined what IL to put him on yet.
Well, he's 10-day right now, but then 10-day, at least you always
can move to the other shit.
Exactly. You always start on the 10-day, I feel like, and then like after that, they're like, shit, you got to go on the 30.
I think it's more likely he goes up to the 30, man. If he was limping and he's a speedster, like it's just
I think he's gone at least a month.
It's not like we're in the playoffs. If they're in the playoffs right now or making a playoff push, they'll play his ass hurt for sure.
So Tim LaCastro is essentially a guy who's going to take his place. Like, do you think he's someone, Frank, that you could pick up as a decent replacement right now? If
you're in a deeper league, for sure, because he has a lot of speed. I think he's started his career like 28 for 28 stealing bases. Damn. That's over like 2 years or whatever it is.
But still, but
he's got a ton of speed. So if you're in a deeper league, you can grab him. Even like not if it's shallow, like a 12-teamer, I might kind of wait on it. But if you're in one of those, like if you play in NFBC and he's somehow available and you're in a 15-team league, you got to pounce on that because he's leading off too, I believe. Yeah, he is. So, and speed is a tough stat to pick up. It's scarce. So, for sure, LaCastro's interesting.
You heard it here. Go for LaCastro. Right? Yeah. Hey, another injury that I guess I just kind of looked more into it, but James Paxton, is he potentially going to get Tommy John this year?
I think so. That's what I read.
Right? I read that and I'm like, what?
Let me see here. Gonna pull it
So
up.
they should just call it the Henry Rowan Gardner surgery, right? Because like I feel like some
he's
guys
done.
is he done? Like I mean, the latest thing was that he was going to get, I think, another opinion, and
Oh,
I mean,
done.
it's like
Poor guy.
Even if you do the platelet treatment, you still have to be out for an extended period of time. So
Yeah.
it's just like, I mean, like, fuck, God, dude.
Yeah.
I like him
Who's
so
that?
much. He's such a good pitcher, but he just like keeps getting
Can't-
hurt. Like it's so frustrating.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
really
why I
is.
never trusted him in drafts in the first place. But like, just I mean, oh God, oh.
Yeah,
were you still at
saying-
least getting him in a value at least in drafts, or was he still like highly touted?
No, you're getting him at a value. He was going late.
People know,
Okay.
like,
But like if you were in a deep league, like 15 teamer on those NFBC, which are those higher stake leagues, like
Yeah.
even getting him at that discount, I wasn't touching him just because it's such a high injury risk. And
And here he is done for the year.
yeah, he's
you hate to
done.
see it.
He's done.
He might even be done, huh? Tommy John. ain't
well,
no
this
joke.
year, yeah, and then he'll probably come back like the middle of next year or so after.
And then probably take some time to get back in the swing of things. and
Right,
then-
so we're looking 2023 maybe for James Paxton, depending on if he wants to come back in the second half of next year.
Yeah.
We'll
He
see.
was-
Mark your calendars for August of 2022, and we'll see where we're at then at the earliest.
right,
Like, that's
exactly,
just-
and he may not even be back for that.
Dang.
He was a guy a lot of Blue Jays fans wanted because he's Canadian. He's got great stuff. The Jays need a starter. He's a big strikeout pitcher, but
And he's a
it
lefty.
looks like it worked. Yeah, he's a lefty. So you could see why they didn't end up going after him. It's just too much of an injury risk.
Damn.
No,
maybe
sorry.
Maybe
Sorry,
that
my
Canadian
man.
air would have been different for him.
Sorry, Jimmy Pax.
Damn.
Sad to
RIP
say.
to the real one.
He's packing
Col-
it in.
Colton Wong on the 10-day. That's another, I feel like a pretty big one. Oblique strain. That's all I know as far as, I mean, I haven't seen any more reports coming out for him. I don't know if you have Frank or Herms, but
Taking a look now, I don't see any.
I think that's, I mean, that kind of hurts a little bit, but I don't think he was off to like I think he was playing decent, right? Before he got hurt.
Yeah, he was a guy a lot of people like just because he was going so late in drafts and he's going to a better ballpark in Milwaukee that's good for left-handed hitters. And he was, I believe he was leading off when he played. He was hitting leadoff. So he was an interesting guy at second base for sure. But you never like to see when they have an oblique injury that could, even when he comes back, it could hurt him with his power production. It's tougher to hit home runs after that injury. So, I mean, obviously not good news on Wong, but I don't think he'll be out so long. Probably a couple weeks, if I have to guess.
I like it. I hope so. I mean, I don't have him on any teams, but you know, he's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about good players like that are injured and the timetable isn't too long? Do you try to go in after these players in trades?
For me, no. Honestly, no. Especially if it's a pitcher, because with pitchers in baseball, like
linger.
they'll say that they're going to be back in a
cranberries.
couple weeks or a month, then they're out another extra 2 months.
Okay.
So like, or even when they come back, like they're getting in the swing of things, they're walking more hitters because they're getting back in routine. It's just I don't want to deal with that, so I don't really trade for an injured player. If it's a hitter, it has to. I don't want something like what Tatis has with a shoulder injury. I don't want something that, like you said, could
hinders
linger.
the power.
Yeah, that
or
hinders the
hinders
power. So no, I'm not trading for an injured player in baseball. No.
Yeah, because
Then
that
again,
drains some of their ability. You know, that cranberry juice. You know, you don't want to
Yeah.
be dealing with that. You know,
Nice.
it's got a bitter taste. You know, you got.
Hey, then
Okay, let's keep it with the cranberry references. Let's see how far we can take this thing.
exactly.
then again, like
We got to get a soundboard and just like have it in the back, like where it just says like you could let it linger, and then like
I should add though, like going into the draft, I didn't really want Trent Grisham of the Padres too much, just because he was out the first couple weeks, and he came back this weekend. And he's just been tearing it up. So that just goes against everything I just said. But like, it just shows like sometimes that these injured players will come back and just hit the ground running. It's like a risk that I don't usually like to take in trading for an injured player. In football, maybe it's a bit different because
right?
Yeah.
in football, you see like McCaffrey comes back and he just rips it right away. Game 1, they just feed him a monster workload. They didn't really
and then he got hurt again.
Then he got hurt again.
Yeah.
I was the guy that traded for a ton of CMC when he was hurt. I was like, give me him. Oh, wait. And that didn't work out too well.
Yeah. So yeah, I could see why you could want to trade for an injured player in baseball, get that value, but me, I don't like to do it.
Okay. Yeah,
It's all about it depends on the injury.
Yeah,
exactly. It depends on the injury. It goes into also baseball. Like baseball, they only tell us what they tell us, and like we don't know the severity. I feel like football, like there's maybe more transparency. I'll say, like with some of the injuries,
right? Because Vegas,
baseball though, like
Vegas
we'll see it
have to be very, very to the T. You know what I mean? Like,
of course,
yeah. So like, football the most, bro. We're gonna get the most information. Like, I feel like baseball's still old school, where like they'll withhold information. They're not really showing all their cards. You know what I mean?
But this 10-day, I feel like this 10-day kind of messes with you a little bit. It's different than the 15. Like that extra, like that lesser 5 days. It's like, oh yeah, he's on the 10-day. He's gonna be like, and then next thing you know, he's transferred to the 30. You're like, what the hell?
What happened? I didn't
think this injury was that bad. So like baseball, there's the cranberry effect. You know what I mean? Of like keeping it going.
The best thing with football when you're waiting for your guy to come off an injury is that there's that routine. Okay, he missed Wednesday practice. Okay, if he's gonna practice Thursday, he's gonna probably come back. So you kind of get those signs early on.
He'd be
like it prepares you for it.
Yeah.
Like it's rare. I don't even think it happens anymore that they miss practice all week and then they play. So you kind of get those signs.
For DeAndre Hopkins, like for 2 weeks last year, it was like no practices, and then he's the game time decision. He's in there. He looks like, nothing was wrong with him. It's like
DeAndre Hopkins, give me money. Just that dude. Oh my Lord.
Shout out to Luke Skywalker. That's my guy. Yeah, I'm gonna have a ton of him this year. Like I'm the running back. I mean, my bad to go over football. I don't. You know what? I'm the baseball dummy. I'm like, let's go to talk about something I know. I'm like,
hey, just a quick update. I mean, we don't have to touch more up on it, but I'm excited. I know that he has kind of struggled, but an update on Thor. He's actually throwing live bullpen sessions, and for you non-baseball fans, it is Noah Syndergaard. Right, Bogard, you got that? Noah Syndergaard, Thor. You knew that. I think that you knew that though.
Write this down.
He's progressing very well. So that's right.
I have a whiteboard here.
I don't have him on any teams. I'm very upset because people started drafting him probably earlier. We'll see, but he is progressing very well. So he should definitely help your fantasy teams. Should he come back this year, which I think he's going to.
Dude. When he's right, he absolutely destroys it. And I would know because there have been many instances in the past where he goes up against my team and shuts them down. Oh, God, and it makes me sad. But just as purely just a baseball fan in general, I mean, good Lord, when he's good, he's like...
It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch him, too. And let alone DeGrom, too, for the Mets, the Metropolitans. But the Syndergaard is, I mean, like those two could have been like the Braves of old, you know what I mean? With like Tom Glavine, Maddox, Smoltz. Like I'm obviously.
And don't forget, once upon a time, we all thought Steven Matz and Matt Harvey were going to do some shit too. I mean, dude, there was a time when they were looking incredibly terrifying. And look at how that worked out.
That's right.
But
at least your team didn't trade him for R.A. Dickey coming off the Cy Young, and then he just bombed. So
I always forget about that.
R.A. Dickey.
Good times. Good times.
We need a knuckleballer in the league right now. I'm
true.
so mad there aren't.
I don't even think we have one.
Why? So what? That knuckleball is unpopular these days?
Well,
Dude,
it's always rare.
It's
but
been
very rare.
Yeah, it's rare. But
what was it? Who was the other guy from the ball?
Stephen Wright.
And
even then, he's
Tim Wakefield back
Tim
in the
Wakefield, that was it, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, I hate it.
MVP baseball 2005. He was impossible to hit.
He used to destroy the Yankees. Like he used to beat up on the I'm like, you see that, you know what's coming, but you really don't.
Dang,
I remember.
Unbelievable.
I remember I played when I was a kid for a Nintendo 64. It was like Major League. It's called Ken Griffey Baseball, whatever.
Yeah, dude.
When they throw that knuckleball, it would go like. It was ridiculous.
Like it would swirl.
It was so unreal, but that's just what I think of when I think of the
Good
knuckleball.
times. Good times. I played that game on Game Boy once when I was getting stitches in the back of my head when I was like 5. It was a good time.
Damn.
Fun facts about Herms.
There was this show.
Weird.
There was this TV show in Canada. It's called Video and Arcade Top 10. And I somehow, as a kid, my mom like knew someone who was on the show, and I ended up getting on the show as a kid playing Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. So that's another tidbit about that game. So the winner, whoever wins out of the 4 kids, like I don't know how they measure or whatever, but they get the game in the end. But I didn't win. I've just been trying to find that episode online for like years because it's funny to see as a kid. I remember I was all shy and nervous, like making awkward faces. So I wanted to see it, show my friends, but I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere.
All right, anybody that's watching, we need to find this video of
Video and Arcade.
Please, back in the day. Holy crap, he's living the dream. I mean, like I wanted to be on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yo, dude, either that or do you have it? Guts. Like, dude.
Oh yeah,
Man.
Bro,
He's on Snowpiercer.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's
he's
still
actually he's one of like the cops. Like he like runs the cops like on Snowpiercer. You watch Snowpiercer, Herms?
Like a cop.
No, but I know what it is, and that just surprises me. So hey, hell yeah.
I used to
God, I
think
loved
that
it.
chick was cute though, man. Mo, the referee chick. She would say,
Let's go to the leaderboard with Mo.
Yeah, she would say, okay, on the leaderboard we have she had
The blue
accent.
team with 30 points and the blue.
Good.
I'm getting this Braves Phillies game up over here. And the last injury is Cody Bellinger, 10-day IL. Not good for him, for fantasy owners alike, because I saw him go as high as like pick 6. But then I've also seen him go like late second round.
Pretty big.
Not good. So that's 2 guys. That is literally you got Tatis and Bellinger that are on the IL.
Big name.
Top 20 picks. I mean, depending on your league, but what do you think? What do you think about this one? Start us off, Frank.
Well, Bellinger, I know in the offseason he had some injury concerns. I think it was with the shoulder, but I'm not sure. And a lot of like respected high stakes players were saying I'm not going to go after him this year just because of those concerns. And now you see that he's hurt with what is the injury again? It's slipping my mind right now, but
I have it. Hold on.
Let's see here.
Left calf contusion.
You never. It seems like when a player comes into the season with injury concerns already, then he gets another injury. It just feels like a down year. So
McCutcheon 0 for 1.
No.
Don't Mike. He did not know that we picked him on Monkey Knife Fight. Like I think we need to tell him.
We're off to a good start, fellas.
Thanks, Blade. Thanks, Blade. Keeping you out of my nightclubs, huh?
Hey.
I'm sorry. I just need to vent for a second. We're talking movies really quick. Why are they making an Indiana Jones 5?
What?
Oh, what? That's a thing? What? Who asked for this? Who out there asked for this?
Sorry, this isn't senior center Indiana Jones. Like he's not going to be chasing, like Barbara down the hallway. Like, oh, I found this relic in the bathroom. Come on, like get the hell out of here.
I was dropping a deuce. Look what I found.
Like, no, like this should not be allowed. I'm sorry. And John Williams is coming back to do the score. Like the John Williams.
Cool.
That's pretty tight.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool, right? You guys are excited for that. Like
that's how bad it is.
I like a good film score.
Hey, the music is huge in the movie.
Of course. John Williams, one of my favorite composers for movies. I mean, the guy's a legend.
Awesome.
Probably the GOAT, if that's what that's what people call.
Directing this though, that's more important, bro.
I hope it's not Spielberg.
I mean, like,
I hope it's not Spielberg and George Lucas, because like they're literally gonna take it. 4 should have never been made, like ever.
Yeah, ever. Or like if it was made, it should have been made like 15 years, 20 years earlier.
I don't know. Very upset, sour about that. we're going to stop our injury discussion, and we're actually going to talk about this. We talked about this on Friday night. It happened Friday night, Rumboyz After Dark. Joe Musgrove pitches the first no-hitter in Padres history.
Kind of surprising that never happened before. Like, they've had some pretty decent pitchers over the years. I kind of thought maybe Peavy would have done it, but like...
Oh, Peavy was awesome. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Oh, right. That's exactly. Jake Peavy was awesome.
He was nasty.
He was good. He was good. I liked watching him pitch. But Herms, like, we've seen this before from some pitchers, but Joe Musgrove is a very interesting one because he's pitched long. Like, he gives a lot of innings. You know, he's a decent number 3, let's say.
Yeah.
Right. He's number 3, I guess, for the Padres behind Paddock and Blake Snell. Oh, no, he's number 4 because they also have Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
I think at this stage he's better than Paddock. Though. Like, he looks filthy.
Right, Paddock looks like
Paddock doesn't look good.
He looks like poopy. But Herms, do you think someone like Joe Musgrove, like, do you think he can keep this up? Not obviously throwing no hitters, but do you think he could be a viable fantasy option like for the rest of the season?
I mean, coming up through the Astros organization, he was very highly thought of at that time. And then, like, look at the part of the deal that, you know, even like sent him to Pittsburgh in the first place. You know, like, that was a very, you know, high. I don't like. You can follow like the transaction history of his career to show exactly how much, you know, and how highly he is thought of. And I've always felt that this dude was pretty good. I mean, he's the type of guy that, like, yes, he's never going to be like this, you know, the ace of your staff, but you know, like you were saying, you know, like his ceiling being like a reliable number 3. And like, yes, in San Diego, it's a little different, but you know, on many other teams, he could be a reliable 2 or maybe like a reliable 3, maybe like a low end 2 on like a worse team. But like, yeah, dude, Musgrove is a good pitcher. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say he's a great pitcher. I wouldn't, but he's not bad. He's good. He can do some stuff. Like, I don't know. You're probably going to get like 8 or 9 more really good starts out of him, and then sometimes it's going to go off the rails a little bit. But that's just part of what it is.
Right now,
if you could sell a dude off a no hitter and like get some obscene value, unless it's like a fucking like all world pitcher already, yeah, like definitely, like.
That was kind of a dumb question, but I am the baseball.
No,
guy.
that's exactly like.
Suckers are born every day in fantasy sports, and just because because this isn't one that you're super familiar with doesn't because like dude, think about it in fantasy football. Some guy you picked off, some guy you pick up off the waiver wire, you know, like a waiver wire running back that you know turns in like a 3 touchdown performance. It's the same principle. If you can leverage that and flip them, then fucking do it. Like you know, but. Don't like sell short, but like, hey man, if you can take it to the moon, then take it to the moon.
But
Frank's ready to fucking knock this one out of the park.
I will say though that like the last couple years, it seems like coming into every season, Joe Musgrove was a favorite of a lot of guys in the fantasy baseball industry, thinking he could break out. They wanted him to throw less of his fastball because he has good secondary pitches like breaking balls and his off-speed stuff, and he's doing that in San Diego, and he looks phenomenal. Like the guy has pitched 15 shutout innings. He hasn't even walked anyone yet, and he has 18 strikeouts.
That's amazing. That's the great fat that I love about it. No walks.
I want to also add that look at the way these Pirates pitchers have pitched right after leaving Pittsburgh. Garrett Cole
happens all the time.
In Houston. Tyler Glasnow goes off in Tampa Bay. Now it's Musgrove's time. Yeah, Tyan's going to do well in New York once he gets his feet under him and returning from the injury.
We're not forgiving.
You could sell high on him, but I think the breakout is here. And if you did sell high, like I think you'd need to get a top 20 pitcher. Like you need to get fair. Like he looks like a stud this year. So even though it's only been 2 starts, I'm ready to say that I wouldn't sell high unless I'm getting a premium.
Right, unless you get like a pitcher or someone like an outfield, like a batter that you're going to that is a top guy right now.
You have to leverage the hype appropriately, because if you're just going to be like, hey, check it out, no hitter, let's sell. Like you can't just sell it for anything. You know what I mean? Like it's all about leveraging the hype.
Who do we pick?
Getting a quality return.
Who do we pick? Ozzy Alvis.
Oh yeah,
2-run shot.
Oh.
See, what did I say? Boom, there. Oh Look at him go. Going off for my fantasy team as well.
Smiley has 1K. Come on, get these strikeouts.
But
I can't go winless today.
But
That's
I think
brutal.
Acuna. So Ozzy Albus bats second, I believe.
It depends. I mean, they have different.
He's hitting second today.
Yeah, typically.
Right? Yeah.
Did you pick Acuna or no? No, we picked Harper, right?
No, we picked Harper. So
When do you
Acuna
have
is
to
on
pick
base.
the
He got the
order?
point for that. Yeah. We need
And he
a
got a run.
price. We need a price home run.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Take 'em
April.
all.
He hits
But
them
he's
all the
due.
time.
Exactly. He's due.
Where's
because
he in the
just-
lineup?
Who?
Harper.
Bryce.
Third?
Third.
Bryce
No,
is third.
second.
Correct.
No, third.
No, he's
third.
third.
Sorry,
He's third
third.
tonight. He's third
Yeah.
tonight. And McCutcheon's first. Reese was second. So Bryce, I don't think did anything in the first inning. In the top of the first.
It'll be
Hey.
fine. Give it time.
There's still a lot of baseball.
They got to.
Still April.
They got to get to the bullpen
Yeah.
because I think Smiley's gonna pitch well today. But
I mean,
Smiley
that's what
doesn't
we're
go deep like we said, so we'll see.
That's what we're hoping for, right?
I'm legit about to I might get the MLB network.
Dude, it's
Oh.
mad fun. It's
It's
MLB.TV.
great.
You know, it really
Yeah.
is. It's awesome. I mean, mind you, this game's on ESPN right now because it's Sunday Night
Yeah.
Baseball. But like, I don't know why are they not doing it on the TV?
Yeah, I
Like-
don't get that.
But you can't like watch like a box of like 4 games. Like you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
Like
should do like a red zone channel
Like a
but
red
with
zone
MLB.
Didn't
But
they do
only
something
do
like
it
with
once a
NBA?
week, I guess, because it's so
like
many
every
games
Sunday
every day.
or something.
Every
Exactly.
Sunday.
Yeah.
That would
Like
be
on
Or
cool.
MLB
like-
tonight, they do some of that shit, but that's
Yeah,
They do,
true.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. They do. No,
Yeah,
but the
no,
best.
totally-
They got someone taking you to game game. Let's take you to
Kind of.
New York.
Yeah, it's really fun to
Yeah.
watch, and I love their commentary in studio. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you get a lot of good stuff out of it, depending on who's on. But like,
Yeah.
it's very informative.
But it's so
You know
good
what-
to have every day. There's so many games on. It's awesome. I love this. Baseball's back.
I also love the Baseball Tonight podcast from ESPN. Buster Olney does an amazing job. I've been listening since I was like fresh out of high school. Like, oh my lord, dude! Like, it's such an amazing podcast.
How
If
old
you
are
really
Rams?
wanna get into that shit,
25?
Yeah,
Okay.
Herms is a baby.
Well, I hit that right on the money.
little bit. Yeah, there you go. Boom.
25. No, because it's kind of dope because you got like throwback ass references. Like you're very versed in
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, I got it.
Well-versed.
I watched a
Well-versed.
shit ton of Nickelodeon as a kid. So, like reruns out
Nickelodeon,
the
give
ass,
me
man.
money.
Like, please give me money, Nickelodeon. But like, as I say with my Ren and Stimpy T-shirt. But like, yeah, you know, it's just like that's what I do.
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was hard, bro.
That shit was like hardcore.
It was
for like
wicked.
little kids. It was like, damn.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
corrupted me. That's how I became the whack ass motherfucker that I am. So
They
you know,
were
shout out
just
Nickelodeon.
crazy. They were just absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, they
I
made
think
this
there was,
happen.
like,
so.
the bloody head fairy. Do you remember that?
No.
Like, so it was a instead of like the tooth fairy, it was the bloody head fairy, and he would come through, and like he was an old dude, and with his cheeks hanging out, and he was liver spotted as hell, and like he would like snatch up this bloody head from underneath your pillow, like it was wicked, bro. Then Rocco's Modern Life was kind of like a junior varsity.
Loved Rocco's
version.
Modern Life.
That
Yo,
shit was
such a
awesome,
good
too.
show.
Love
Oh, my
Rocco's
Lord.
Modern
Awesome.
Life.
Another weird one though, right?
Yeah,
Like
man.
remember Filbert? His nose was always bleeding. You know what I mean? And then like
I'm
you had the
nauseous.
neighbors.
I'm nauseous.
I'm nauseous.
Mr. Big Head. Oh yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. And then like they would. What's crazy is there was hella sexual innuendos with the frog neighbors, Mr. Big Head. Remember?
Yeah, dude.
Like they would throw the plates in the air and then hit it with their tongue, and she'd be like, "Do it again, harder, harder." And then so from the outside, Rocky's like hearing them. He's like, "Oh, they're getting busy again." You know
Oh
what I mean?
damn, Mr. Big Head.
Like, it was crazy,
yeah, bro.
bro. I'm like, yo, we're kids, bro.
Just the name too is like, damn.
Incredible
What?
cartoon.
I want to go watch that shit. I think it might be. Sometimes like it's on like Nick at Night or something like that. You know.
Paramount Plus has like all the old
All of them,
Nickelodeon
right?
shit now. So just like throwing that out there. Unofficial. I mean, we're in no way affiliated with them, but hey, just wanted to throw that out there because if you love old school
give me money
Nickelodeon,
nonetheless, bro.
yeah,
nonetheless.
Paramount Plus, please give us money. Absolutely. We would love to be exclusive to Paramount.
One day.
One day.
So, Frank, I know that you're in a bunch of fantasy leagues. Herms, I think you're in the SportsMe and maybe another. I don't know.
I'm in a couple.
Right? Okay. A couple. There you go. Awesome. What have been your steals so far? We actually mentioned a couple of them before, Frank, without even realizing that. Byron Buxton, Ryan McMahon. I'm like pissed I do not have both of them on more teams. Who are some other guys, Frank, that you have on that you have on your teams or wish that you had?
Well, I have Aaron Savali. Looks great for the Indians. Like his control is awesome. He's pitched into the 7th inning in both of his starts. He was a popular breakout candidate because he changed his his release point that a lot of analysts really like that about him. And he plays for the Indians. They're great with pitchers, and the hype has been basically substantiated. Like he looks great. Like he's showing that he was worth the hype, and that's one of my favorite sleepers so far that I was able to draft in a couple leagues. I also like Yusei Kikuchi. I loved him coming into the year on the Mariners. His velocity was up last year, even though the results weren't there, but you could see signs of a looming breakout, and he's showing it
Kind of like
so far this year.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's kind of like air yard. Exactly.
Yeah. You're like, yo, it's going to happen, bro.
Because there's stats that show how many swinging strike rates. So how many times a hitter will swing and miss at the pitcher's pitch. And Kikuchi's was up last year, even though the ERA and all that wasn't there yet. And hey, right now, his first 2 starts, he struck out 16 batters in 12 innings. He's doing well. That's another guy I really loved coming into the year, and so far he's proving me right. So let's hope he continues. So those are 2 of my favorites.
How many strikeouts did we say on Matt Moore? Sorry.
Oh, Matt Moore. Is he getting rocked?
He's given up 3 in the bottom of the first already. So
he's got 1K. Yeah, this is
he's going more
trouble.
This ain't looking good.
Well, didn't we go more on more?
Yeah,
we went more and more, but on our actual 5 out of 5, we picked Drew Smiley to have more fantasy points than Moore.
Oh, so there's
there's a shining light. Exactly. Dansby Swanson just hit a nice RBI single on this, or double, I think.
Hell yeah.
Shit, man. Sorry, Frank. Just wanted to provide that update.
No worries.
I should have took one more on more just on that solo thing. Damn.
But yeah, so those are 2 of my favorites that I have in a lot of places. I'll also add one more guy, a hitter who's been under the radar, pretty solid, especially if you play in an OBP league.
Batter up. I got a shot.
Mark Kanya on the batter up.
Yeah. Batter up. This is my buddy who was just over actually helping me build a shed today.
Oh, nice.
We did not succeed at this.
That's a good friend though.
Yeah, he wanted to come over. He knows he's listening right now, watching. He wanted to drink and watch the Masters on my back patio, which we did too. So,
dude, building your shit is not an easy task. It's first of all, I can't stand it.
This one's intense, man. This one is intense.
Yeah, it's one of them. What is it? One of them
I don't know. I got it at Costco. Costco's got some pretty cool shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like them 300-400 piece sheds. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, dude. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, oh, how hard could this be? And then I'm like, shit, it's like a booklet. It's a booklet. Like this thing is like the instructions are like this thick.
Oh, the worst. I'm like the least handy man you'll ever meet. So like, I'm getting like just hearing building a shed. I'm like, oh man.
Oh god, Frank needs another drink.
I'm more a tool man than I am handyman. That's for sure. You know what I mean? I'm at shop.
Oh, geez, what just happened? All right, I'll give a little commentary on this. So Matt Moore, I think it was a grounder. They were trying to get a double play. Oh, my God. He's got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Throwing 20 pitches in the first inning.
Wow.
Not looking good.
Not great.
He tried. So this just happened. He actually tried to catch the grounder that was coming up the middle with his left hand. That is his throwing hand. So he tried to barehand this ball that was coming insanely fast at him. And both runners are safe.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Poor. I don't think it paid off. Yeah,
we just destroyed more with the moment we were on him on the bench. Oh no, we were on Smiley. Never mind.
Corner pieces, see? Corner pieces, bro. They were terrible. They were terrible. I gotta go buy one of those hammers, those rubber hammers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bang
Yeah,
your back, bang your back in the shit. A mallet.
Because metal on metal, you can't be doing that metal on
Can't
metal.
do it.
It's
Nope.
just-
Corner pieces, great for brownies, awful for sheds. That's just how that works. So.
Well, the
Bro,
Freemasons would say it all starts with the corner.
The
piece.
free. I'm so happy I made this banner, but like that, the corner pieces, brownies. Wow. I
Bro,
saw a
That's what I'm
video.
here to do, man. That's what I'm here
I
to
saw a
do.
video.
You're killing
on-
it with these comparisons
Oh
or
yeah,
these analogies.
bro. Like nothing. Listen, that was almost as good as the cranberry one. I'm telling you. I
Dude.
Yeah, he's
Earlier-
2
oh,
for 2
geez.
with 2 doubles.
Oh,
I
geez.
tried-
Pache just swung. He just tried to swing out of his cleats. Christian, right? Isn't that his name? Christian
Yeah.
Pache?
Pache.
Christian Pache.
So,
He
let me ask you
literally
something.
just tried swinging out of his cleats and like he might have just like twisted his ankle.
Uh-oh.
He gets
Frank.
overzealous sometimes. If he can tone that down, I mean, he's got
no,
a
he
mental
actually, now that they slow it down, that's the thing with baseball, same with like any other sport of injuries, but he actually just hit a foul ball and it hit his inside of his calf.
Damn.
Oh my god,
That did
ouch.
not look fun.
He's on the
I did that
10-day
a few times in Little League, and I'll
10-day
tell you what, that was
IL.
a bad time.
He's on the 10-day, exactly.
No, hey Frank, so I had a question, man. Like, could you reference something earlier about like velocity and stuff like that? Like, where do you advocate people to go to for like these advanced stats? Because I'm like like I love PFF for that same reason, but like when it comes to baseball, where's your go-to?
I'm a
The
slut for
best-
Fangraphs.
Yeah, Fangraphs is awesome,
Okay.
but there's also Baseball Savant that's really good. And
Oh, that's the
True.
opposite of me.
True.
so each player you could just they each have a page. You could see like how much they're using each pitch, what percentage of all their pitches is like, let's say the curveball or the fastball. And that's important to look at because
Is that what
sometimes
it's called, Frank?
pitchers
Is that it? Baseball?
Yeah,
Savant?
that's it. You can see
100%.
it down below.
Cool.
It's important because sometimes a pitcher's their fastball is not very good. So if you're seeing that they're using more of their, let's say, curveball or off-speed stuff, and they're having success, that's adding legitimacy to what they're doing. Let's say Musgrove, for example, he's doing that. So because he's changing basically changing his approach, it makes him more of a legit breakout. So that's a good site to look at. You could even they even have like each game on their scoreboard where you can click the game and it'll show like how like the hardest hit balls of that game and the top velocity from a pitch in the game, things like that. So that's the go-to. That's the best site to use for sure.
Okay.
But
I like
Fangraphs
it.
is also very good. I use that too.
I got to
feel
start
like
looking.
The
yeah.
baseball savant is calling my name because it's like you are
Savant.
the baseball dummy. Come over here. You know what I mean?
We'll have to have the baseball savant on the show.
Yeah.
The
no.
one thing I'll say with baseball is sometimes people could get too hung up on those advanced stats that sometimes it's just a fact of, let's say, JD Martinez, for example. I think his like exit velocity, so how hard he hit the ball last year, was down. But that's just a case, like I was saying earlier, like it was a tough season. Like you kind of give them a
60
mulligan.
games. That's nothing.
So
Yeah.
it's like
It's an
sometimes
outlier
people
year.
put too much stock into that when they shouldn't. Sometimes it's just like, hey, this is a vet. He has a track record. He's probably going to bounce back. Sometimes it's just simple like that,
Mm.
in my opinion.
Yo,
But
These players,
speaking,
they need a full season, Herms.
speaking
Hello.
of the underlying stats in terms of like a fantasy steal this year, like, dude, I'm really glad I got my hands on Nick Castellanos where I did. Because
Oh,
like,
he's
man,
killing it.
you know what I mean? Like the
That's
early
definitely a steal.
return on that value is already pretty
Oh, he's
pretty
killing
good.
it.
I forget
So-
what I forget what his ADP was. What is it like?
Maybe
Was it like the
100.
but like right maybe
Not bad.
fifth, like seventh round? I don't even
Yeah,
know. Like I'm
something
trying to think. Like
that.
If you were to do a draft
Holy
right now, as it
crap.
stands, what would he be, like a second rounder?
Probably maybe third or fourth.
So you're getting
definitely
a
higher
whole
than what he
about-
is right now.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, he's killing it, man.
Last
I mean,
year-
man
seventh
stands
rounder.
over catchers after he runs bases. You know what I mean? Like,
Nice.
Last year, Castellanos started the year on fire, and then he got cold, like maybe the last month, And that probably brought his ADP
ADP.
down coming into the year, but he's a stud. Yeah.
The recency bias.
We're talking about
It's always-
socks. Are you talking like ankle socks, like crew cut? Are we talking like any
Well, I
more
know what
information?
I know what he's talking about, but
Yeah.
actually, yeah, answer the man, Adam.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm sorry for all the other viewers, you know what I mean, out there, but like this is like my best buddy, so I can be rude to him, you know what I mean? Because he is he's a Boston Sox, my friend from Boston, right?
Yeah,
Hey
so
John,
you're-
wicked smart when it comes to
You
the
guys
I
are
baseball.
told you
like
not
the
to work on your
20,
car in the
21
parking
couple.
lot, right? Like,
Get in the car. What's that smell? You farted? You farted.
you will never see, and Adam knows this. I don't watch Patriots games with him. I can't.
Too
Because
intense.
I don't blame
He's
you.
too emotional. And I'm gonna say emotional because that's a good way of describing his the
Fandom.
way he
They're not
watches the
used to
game.
not being like favors no more.
Holy
Like,
crap!
two-
Socks on the
20
jaw.
years,
Nice.
20 years of dominance.
Nice.
Hey, I do want to go back to this Sox question. Actually, like
They're
literal
6-3. I mean, they started off the season 0-3, and they're on a 6-game winning streak right now. This is ridiculous.
Dang.
Eduardo
They're just
Rodriguez is back.
crushing. They're crushing the ball right now. Like,
Yeah, they had some high scoring affairs too, man. Like, is that a thing right now? Are these pitchers coming off the last year's year? Are they like or should we just expect this right now?
I think
Like, are they just hitting better these days?
I think for one, maybe some of the pitchers are taking some time to get in a groove, but also the Red Sox did play the Orioles, and their pitching staff isn't very good at all. It's one of the worst in
Facts.
the league. But the Red Sox have a good lineup, and last year was
John
just a
Means
down
is
year
awesome.
for them. Yeah, Means is good, but the
I
Red
love John
Sox
Means.
probably just had a bit of a down year. Like JD Martinez, Devers wasn't the same. They have a good lineup, and look what they're doing right now. I'll read their runs scored during this 6-game winning streak: 11, 6, 9, 7, 6, and 14. Like,
Damn.
they're on fire. I don't know why. How didn't I notice this and was betting on
Right? Like, what
their
the
team
hell?
total
Like-
over? Just total oversight on my part. But yeah, they're
Wow.
just smashing.
I
So-
feel like they maybe need another pitcher.
Yeah, they need another pitcher.
Right? Like, you can't have Nathan Eovaldi kind of being your number one pitcher. Yes, the guy
Yeah.
throws fire, but he hasn't been a number
It's-
one pitcher in
been a
ever.
minute. Been a minute.
in a long time.
Yeah, how long has he been in the league? Like,
I mean, he's been
Oh,
around for a
yeah.
little
for a
bit.
minute.
7.
I've
I
heard
mean,
this name
shit,
for a
he was
while
on the
now.
Yankees. He was on, wasn't he on Miami? Right? Didn't
He
he start
started
out in
in
Miami?
Miami.
Right? He started in
Yeah.
Miami. Yeah. So, but the guy throws fire. He's not a terrible and that's one thing like that I look for in, especially for fantasy. And I'll get your takes too, Herms and Frank, on this. But I like, yes, obviously Garrett Cole, Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom, like these guys are gonna go 200 innings. You know what I mean? Like we're not even we're talking baseball in general. Last year, outlier year. You know what I mean? Like we talked about this, but somebody like a Nathan Eovaldi, like he's gonna give you innings, and I like that. I look for guys that are gonna give me innings.
Solid
Also,
floor. Solid
like
floor.
Joe Musgrove, who gives you innings, right? Like, do you look for those kind of guys?
Definitely.
Anything that, like as long as you're not taxing your bullpen constantly, you're doing a good job. So, I mean, like those guys have incredible amounts of value in real life and occasionally in fantasy. But, I don't know, because relying too heavily on your bullpen, I mean, like that stuff accumulates, especially the deeper you get into the year. Like, you need to save those dudes and save those bullets. So, like, yeah, innings eaters, super important.
Definitely, especially in this season where a lot of the pitchers will have reduced workloads coming off the shortened year. One of the guys I like coming into the season, Sandy Alcantara on the Marlins, and it's because he has good stuff, and he was going to go deep into the game. Well, guess what? He's taking his game to another level. He's getting more strikeouts than ever before. So it pays to go after those guys who are going to go deep into games, like in Alcantara. And then you have I even liked Marcus Stroman. His game got suspended today. but he's gonna go deep into the game too.
Right, exactly.
Get a
He's
ton
gonna-
of ground balls. He's got a new splitter. So yeah, those are guys you want to go. I don't like these guys that go 4 innings or whatever it is.
Mind you, it's only been a week and a half, if that.
True.
Not even. You know, like it's still early in the season.
Let's pace it.
So exactly, like the whole thing is like you have to look at like a month, almost 2 months. You know what I mean? Of like statistics and data, like to evaluate. That's why last year is like, oh my god,
Can't put too much stock in it.
Do pitchers lose points if they throw if like say the hitter hits a home run on their pitch? Do you lose points for that? Your pitcher?
Yeah, because they allowed.
run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
gave
runs
up.
will
the
be
lines,
there.
so
That's
they'll
right, that's
lose.
right. That was a dumb
Yeah.
question, but I am the baseball dummy.
Hey, you got to keep it on brand.
I'm on
You know,
brand,
like-
bro. On brand. You know what mean?
I gotta
I'm like,
get one of those throw up emojis just to like scroll across the bottom. When, you know, if you ask
Yeah.
questions like that, come on, Pokey. No, I'm just kidding.
This is why I didn't join the league this year. I was like, I'm gonna study this thing.
Hey, it's a
Go
free
get
league
through it.
anyway. I mean,
right.
Robbie's actually beating up on me this week. I think.
Is he?
'Cause yeah,
Shout-
I'm probably gonna lose.
Shout
You know
to
what I mean?
Robbie. Oh shit! Hey, he's not gonna let you hear the end of it either, though. I'll tell you.
You
that.
down with OBP?
Who's your favorite? I mean, every time Mike Trout, I'm going to start this one. I'm sorry. Every time Mike Trout gets on base, who also has probably I think he's had the best on base percentage, if not top 5 since he's actually joined the league.
He kills.
I mean, yes,
every
he
single
strikes
time.
out a lot, but it doesn't matter. And I talked about this the first episode, if you remember, Bogard, on base percentage, like he strikes out a lot. Christian Yelich strikes out a lot, but
That's
they are
right.
disciplined. But they're
They get those
still
walks.
very disciplined at the
Yeah.
plate. Exactly. They get the walks. Mike Trout also led the league in walks, I think, in 2019.
Wow.
And his on-base percentage was like top 3. So it can be done. Like
Well,
someone
Marty-
like Rhys Hoskins, who strikes out like fucking 180 times. You know, I don't think his on-base percentage is that great. So like
Not
Mike
great,
Trout
pal.
is my on-base percentage guy because I don't know if he's going to steal or not. I want him to steal more.
I
What,
wish.
what was Mike Trout? He was top 3 consensus, right, this year?
Yeah,
No.
but he was a little more down because a lot of guys really prioritize speed. So Trout's stolen base production has gone down in recent years. So they were
Yep.
going after like the
Dramatically.
Acuñas and the
Okay.
Tatises, right? But if you're playing in an on base percentage league, Trout is still
Oh,
top 3 because he's an elite. His
He's an
walk rate
on-base
is
goat.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Bryce Harper too gets a big bump in on base percentage league
yup.
because he walks like crazy. You mentioned Rhys Hoskins; he walks a lot, so his average.
Does he
is
really?
yeah, so his average is actually not good, but his on base is pretty good. So he gets a huge bump in value in
Nice.
OBP leagues. But
Thank you
I know
for
he
that.
wanted
Yeah.
my favorite.
Everybody-
I'll add even Juan Soto.
Yes.
I'm gonna-
Thank you. That is the best answer
Like
ever.
for on base percentage, he's a monster regardless because he hits 300 as well. But on OBP, he could get like 430. Like he's ridiculous. But I want to
my
give
boy.
your friend there a couple guys who get a huge bump in OBP leagues. I'll give him one guy, and he's been killing it for me. And my home league is OBP. Mark Kanya and the A's.
Dude,
hits-
love Mark.
this guy hits
love
like-
him.
His average, I think, last year was like 230, but his OBP was 387, and he's leading off for the A's. So he's racking up runs right now. He could pitch in a few steals. He's got like 15, 20 homer power. So if you want like a lesser owned guy, like a low rostered player that you can maybe pick up on your wire if your league's not that deep, Mark Kanya, go get him.
Matt Olson was my preseason MVP for the AL. He's not starting off hot right now.
He's
Just
good though.
take
He's good.
time.
Oh,
Also like-
Smiley
also
has
like
1K. Oh my god.
What is wrong with us? But here's the thing. That five though is looking pretty good because Matt Moore.
hmm
That's 3-1. Oh, 3-1. Who scored that run?
Yeah, the sack fly just had Real Muto doubled, and then
We chose Real Muto.
yeah, we
Did
did.
we
We
not?
did.
Yes, we did.
Come on, Smiley. Oh,
We need Bryce Harper to step
I'm just
it up.
ice cold.
It's April. It'll be fine. I staked my reputation on this. So like,
This is why I love baseball, because it's such a streaky, like it's such
fabulous.
a streaky sport. I mean, I understand like other sports are like football. Football's not that streaky though.
Yeah,
you know, like
not
it's
as
like
much.
you got players that like are consistent every single week. You're starting them with confidence. You know, like it's just baseball. I love that. Like
You got to ride the streaks.
yeah,
right. You gotta
like you don't
gotta-
hit
you gotta do
280
this.
by hitting 280.
you gotta
every
do
month.
this right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust the process.
You have to trust the process, and I know like.
I'm gonna get that shit tatted on my forehead, bruh.
I know this, and this isn't a casual league. Somebody called me out on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, you're probably in a casual league." Like, no, it's actually for money. You clown. You're not watching the show. I don't care. But somebody dropped Luis Castillo.
What?
Like,
Oh yeah, I remember that. That made no sense.
like I don't. Doesn't matter what league you're in. Like, he is a top pitcher, and if you play like you,
was it
I picked him up.
accidental? Or like,
don't matter because I got him on my team.
You know what it probably
Always
was?
been a thing.
It's probably the player in your league was less experienced. He saw Castillo got absolutely shelled in his first
dude.
game. So he's like,
he's like,
you know,
fuck it,
screw
fuck
this
him.
guy. I'm going to drop
Yeah.
him. That's the thing. In baseball, you could see a guy who just,
Shame on him.
trust the process and batter up. We got to cut off the.
Batter up.
my
We got a
point
drink.
To have a drink. That's
We
Yeah.
got a drink.
batter
That's what's up. What are you drinking, Frank? What do you got there?
just a beer, Grolsch. It's like a.
Oh hell
what
yeah,
is it?
Grolsch. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've just never seen Grolsch in a tall boy before
what's
like
it-
that.
I'm all about the tall boys for me.
What
Tall
about
boys, where it is at.
is that a Canadian beer?
What,
No,
Grolsch?
Grolsch-
No,
Grolsch
it's
is
like,
a-
what is it, German or
Overseas, yeah, it's
Okay.
not a it's
What's
not a
the
Canadian beer.
Is
Where
that
is it?
like
I can't
is that
find
like
it.
the cousin of Beck's? Is that
Una
like-
It's
Beck's?
kind of like the cousin of maybe, yeah. Kind of.
Grolsch is the one that you go and you buy and it has the that cool stopper on the top where you like, you know what I mean? Like it has that airtight seal
Yeah.
where you can buy growlers. It has a growler type top.
Why isn't it saying it's a Pilsner? Where is it saying? It doesn't say where it's from. Why?
I don't have an Alexa in here, so I can't be screaming to her. So
But yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
I told the Fantasy Sven here that I was gonna do a dry April. You know, here in Ontario, we're still locked down. You know, with the COVID protocol. So I was gonna figure, take a month break, right? But then I found out you guys are having a few drinks on the show. I couldn't pass that up. So the dry April.
He's like, I was gonna do a dry
You can
April. I
always-
was like,
The dry April's
terribly sorry.
gone.
What is it?
Netherlands.
11?
It is Dutch. It's from the Dutch.
Zia.
Nice. I went to the Heineken brewery there. When I went.
I've been to Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Hell yeah. I have been
Yeah.
there as well.
Yeah.
Did you get the wet mushrooms?
I was there for 6 days. Couldn't tell you 4.
Outside of all that, though, it's peaceful there. Like everyone's on bikes and like it's pretty sick there.
I gotta
It's
go,
awesome.
man.
They got the
I'll eat mushrooms.
Well, of course,
and swear
TJ.
on
Hell
it,
yeah.
Amsterdam.
TJ, no, that's not your name. That's the pitcher, you know what I mean, from Reds, who's
You know-
solid. But what is his
Yeah.
actual name? This
Who?
account. Is it Stan?
Oh.
It's Stan?
no. He's just a
No.
TJ Anton stan, so he loves TJ Anton.
Yeah.
on the
No, I
Reds.
know, but he's also part of like the Rumboyz network. Maybe that's shame on me. Bogey, do you know his name?
No, I mean, shit, dude. He changes his username all the
I
time.
probably do. I'm sorry, my man. He's probably gonna be like, you know what? I'm putting thumbs down on this show.
We're gonna know who it is.
He's like, hell no.
I don't know.
That's not him. He likes to laugh.
There's a
Dalbeck, yes.
doppelganger Robbie. There's a Robbie account. There's a Bogard Shrooms account that pops up, and I have a theory it's all the same guy.
But no, I actually did not, because it is legal. Well, actually, it's illegal over there now.
When
The
it's
mushrooms,
truffles
they
now.
were
It's the
illegal because
truffles.
tourists
Yeah, they
went a
would
little
go there.
crazy, you know. So
Yeah.
sadly, but when I was there, my buddies did it.
They have the truffles.
I just didn't do it at that time. So we rented bikes, dude. We rode around. We stayed at one of the parks. coffee
Yeah, it's
shops
cool there.
oh my God. Like you said, it's peaceful.
Awesome.
It's just,
It is.
it's a
cool.
laid back, relaxed, like, obviously coincidence. Like, no.
My dad used to go to the UK or just Europe in general, like once a year, because my mom's like they worked in Silicon Valley. So
We'll get to this question after this talk, my man.
So real quick, I'll just make this fast, dude. My dad was like, Queen's Week is incredible. And like he made it a thing. They would go every year. He went for like 6 years straight.
Oh, nice.
And like, yeah, and I'm like, I was always a wee type, but then he would joke with me, if your mom's wasn't so serious, I'd take you with me. Because over there, I'm like in high school at the time. Over there, I would have been okay. Like to do everything. Or not everything, but
It's in the coffee shops. Right. Yeah, exactly. In the coffee shops. Like it's kind of like people look at you weird. At least when I went, I heard that they like kind of look at you weird. You know what I mean? If you did it outside of the coffee shops, like it's we know what's going on, but like keep it in the coffee shops, like just or in your flat,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you drink any absinthe?
I had Sorry, go ahead.
No. I mean, because I was in London for 3.5 months.
Oh,
so like
nice.
I went all over. Like I was in Amsterdam. I went to Paris. I was in Italy a couple spots. I was in Germany.
I went to Cleveland once.
Nice. I'm not flying in there and all. Just a side note, Frank, are you coming down for the Fantasy Football Expo in August?
Oh, I haven't gotten, like the ticket. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I still have time to decide, right? I should come.
Yeah.
I should come.
Dude,
it's in Cleveland? Canton.
It's in Canton. It's in Canton, exactly. So like you should totally look into it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. It's in August, right? The mid-August?
Yeah, August 15th, I believe. That's Sunday.
Check that out. Gotta check
yeah.
Yeah, I should come for sure.
Yeah, bro.
But if we go on to that question, Dalbeck or Andrew Vaughn.
Oh, hell yeah. We digress a lot on this show.
No, I just wanted. It popped into my. Yeah, I want to make sure we got to that. But the thing with Dalbeck is he's got a ton of power, but he strikes out like crazy. So he's gonna be He's gonna be really streaky. So you have to. If he's on a slump like he is now, just park him on your bench, and then if you see some signs that he's starting, like if he's striking out a bit less, he's hitting a bit more fly balls. Plug him into your lineup because the home runs will probably come in bunches. So he'll probably at some point start to deliver on his power upside, but like the average is going to hurt you throughout the year. Like he's not going to hit for a good average. It's probably going to be like 210, 220. He strikes out like crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, man. Like, and I'm a Yankees fan, so I don't want him to succeed. But the guys they compared him to Aaron Judge actually, like when he was coming up and into the majors, because Aaron Judge strikes out a little bit too. But I mean, my man can't stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
you live and die by the power. That's just
Bobby Dalbeck, dude. My man could hit 45. He could hit 50 home runs. He could be another Chris Davis of the Orioles, where you're batting 230.
Like Joey Gallo type shit early on.
Joey Gallo's actually he's gotten a little bit better. He's gotten
younger Joey Gallo. He's really starting to put it together. I'm very proud.
George Springer also struggled when he was also promoted as well. He struck out a lot. That is the biggest thing. That again, from our first episode, I talked about like with these young guys, and I talked about Bobby Dalbeck. It's the plate discipline that they need. Like it's strikeouts, but again, Mike Trout strikes out over 100 times, but he walks a lot. That's the correlation right there. Like his on base percentage. Bobby Dalbeck is not there yet. This guy's power is not it's not going away. He needs to work on his plate discipline.
And going on to Vaughn, one thing with Vaughn is he's a guy that could hit for a decent average with some power, 25 to maybe 30 home runs. He doesn't have the power that Dalbeck does, but he doesn't strike out as much. He's got better plate discipline. The problem there is, for whatever reason, Tony La Russa has been benching him a few games. Like I don't know why you have this top prospect, young hitter, up with the big club, and you're benching him. Like, play him every day. Like you need to give him a
Yeah,
shot,
Vaughn-
or else.
That's
Vaughn
why I
got
said only
promoted-
Dalbeck.
Yeah.
Vaughn got promoted as a direct correlation with Hernandez?
Eloy Jimenez.
Oh,
Eloy Jimenez
yeah.
injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It was
did,
the
but
Eloy Jimenez injury, exactly. Because
He did,
Andrew
but-
Vaughn, I don't think is an outfielder by trade, but he could play outfield.
Yeah.
maybe that's affecting him too. Is that he's having to play the outfield when originally they were going to probably use him at DH, but now they got that kid there, Yerman Mercedes, who's just mashing and he's playing DH. So
Oh,
Vaughn's playing in the outfield. I think he'll start to get going at some point, but right now, if you're in a shallow league, I wouldn't hang on to Vaughn.
hold on to
I'm
Vaughn.
actually not going to argue this. I think he might be in Cobra Kai or the original Karate Kid. Like, I think he is actually that guy, Boris Lau.
He's the best around.
Right? You're the best around. No, I totally like Andrew Vaughn. Like that analysis was that was absolutely fantastic. It's just he's another guy who could hit 30, 40 home runs. But like what?
But when is it? Right?
That's the thing. That is the thing that
Yeah.
the transition from AAA to the majors is like it's a flip. It's a complete flip.
Big
Like
jump.
it is a
It's
complete
real.
one.
Right.
It's some guys can handle it. Jose Abreu, my boy, who I drafted years ago.
Give me money.
I looked him up that one year I did fantasy baseball. I was like, all right, you know what? I like this guy. So I drafted him. Him and Springer were the same years, I believe.
You have them everywhere.
That sounds
huh?
right. Yeah.
Dude. I also had Todd Frazier. I mean, this team was on top. I actually lost only 1 year the entire
Todd Potter.
season.
Oh.
This doesn't happen in fantasy baseball. It was really weird. But mind
Yeah,
you,
that's nuts.
dude, it was
So many
everything.
games to only lose
Everything.
one time.
Everything was aligning, like Fifth Elements type shit. You know, like Bruce Willis was there saving the world for my fantasy team for me to only literally lose once.
The
entire
human
year.
bulldog is what I
Dude,
call
it was
him.
insane, man. It was ridiculous. But
Bruce Willis looks like a bulldog. It's the cheeks,
Little bit.
man. He does, dude.
But
Oh,
these
shit.
these guys, man, they struggle a lot, and that's the guys I look for that do not struggle, that have a low K. I mean, I know that Frank Herms, I don't know how, like Herm, like I look at these minor league guys that do not have a high K rate. Yes, some of them do, but like Bobby Dalbec, it could take him a little bit, like a right here, like a Joey Gallo or even a Franmil Reyes. Franmil Reyes, I feel like I would rather have Joey Gallo in this. I don't know about
Yeah,
you
The
two.
thing is, it depends because if it's an OBP league, so Gallo could actually walk a decent amount. So he gets a nice bump in OBP leagues. I'd prefer him in that case. But if it's an average league, I'd go with Reyes just because he has a better average than Gallo.
He does,
Gallo,
exactly.
It's just
exactly.
that Gallo walks a lot. So in OBP, he's a totally different player, basically. So it depends on your format. So if you put in a question, make sure you put if it's average or OBP. That'll be helpful. So
of
Gallo
course.
for
Oh, yeah.
OBP, Reyes for average, I would say.
I don't know.
I dig
I'm really hoping that Joey Gallo actually
Yeah, I like him.
hits. I mean,
fan.
listen to he's Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
Hey, Joey Gallo.
Solo qui, you know, Marco Polo. Mio solo. Mio solo, Marco Polo. You know, like
Hey, look what he's doing right now. He's got a 441 on base percentage, like Joey Gallo. So
That's
I mean,
right.
he walks a lot. I didn't
That's
even
right.
realize he's doing
There ain't
that.
no running backs in baseball.
Shit,
I
this
mean,
doesn't sound
honestly,
like
Mike
running
Trout.
backs.
I feel like Mike Trout could actually be a pretty solid running back in the NFL.
I would love to see him play safety and like lower that shoulder into something.
I think Byron Buxton would be a nice deep threat on the perimeter. Like he'd be a good receiver. Probably he
Wow.
could
See that.
fly. He could
You
fly.
ever think about that though? Like that, like what other like positions or like sport these guys could play based on like could LeBron be a good wide receiver in the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he would.
I mean,
be
LeBron's just a freak.
He was an all-state wide receiver when he played in high school. I mean, like, so
Joey
there's
Gallo.
that.
Mhm.
But I would love to see Trey Turner as a slot receiver. That's what I
Yeah,
wanna
that'd
see.
be good too. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Oh, love me some Trey Turner this year.
Oh yeah.
I love me some Trey Turner every
Just
day,
said.
all
do.
day.
Of
Oh
course
my
you
God.
do.
His
You're a
power-
national.
his
Show us.
power
I'm
is-
Show us.
incredibly biased.
Show us,
I'm
bro.
incredibly biased.
No, but he's hitting
Show us
more
the
home
forearm.
runs. Like he could hit like 25
There it
home
is.
That
runs.
curly W. Yeah,
There it is.
Yeah, boom.
Oh, that's sick. You'd be happy to know that our little like our men's league, we just play softball. We have nationals. We have a nationals jersey for our team.
Yes, there you go. So you're gonna win everything. There you go.
I needed to
love
get back surgery after playing softball in an adult softball league. I ended
Oh,
up getting, but I'm good. I'm good now. I had a herniated disc. It is what it is.
Not
Getting
bad.
old.
Not bad. You love to see it.
It's getting old. I'm loving that the chat is actually getting more intense. I guess later in the show. Do I need to do the show later on? Like what? Like what? Everybody's drinking. I mean, I love it. Andrew. So Nick Madrigal.
I heard he never Ks.
A lot of people like Nick Madrigal. I'm not a. I mean, I
was a fan of him coming out of college.
Yeah.
I mean, he never profiled to be like an all-world, stud muffin or anything, but he's a very, very fine ball player.
The thing, he'll help you with average, and he could pitch in with 15 to 20 steals probably. But the problem is he just does not have much power at all. Like he's probably not even.
Yeah.
He's not even gonna. It's unlikely he hits even 10 home runs. So that's the issue with him. I do have him on one team because I needed. It was a roto league, and I needed to get some average help. So I added him. He's got a great contact profile. It just. Overall, as a hitter, he's not going to help you in home runs. And with the way so many hitters, like home run production is up across the board, if you have one hitter in your lineup and it's a shallow league and he only hits like 6 home runs, that's going to put you behind the 8 ball. So that's the problem with Madrigal.
Better for real life baseball than fantasy.
This guy.
Oh yeah, that Trey Turner. Yeah, I forgot there
Hey-o.
too. Yeah, dude, I'd love to see it.
I mean, shit. If the tackle is gonna be there, you know what I mean, as a slot receiver, I'm not.
Hey, man,
I'm not
put
gonna
Trey Turner and Trey Turner on the same team.
I'm not going to cover him. I'm not. Hell yeah! All right, let's check out the chat a little bit. I mean, I know we're on 2 hours right now. I mean, but I'm having a blast.
Yeah,
You guys,
enjoying
right?
it.
Like, Soto at tight end. Really?
He's not quite tall enough, but
I don't know exactly. I don't know.
How tall is he anyway? I don't even
Give
know.
me
Let me
CC
see.
Sabathia at tight end.
Oh dear lord!
Right? Like that is a tight end.
Soto's 6'1", 220. It says he's more a receiver. Looks like.
Nah,
he
he's
could be
a
like,
slot receiver or running back, maybe. Yeah.
what about let me think. Who's gonna smack the most home runs this year?
Oh jeez. Oh well, that's kind of.
That's a tough one.
I'm actually predicting. I think that I'll start us off. And I don't have him on any teams, and I'm so pissed. I think that Mike Trout is actually going to lead the majors in home runs.
He's got that carryover dad energy, Like
I think it's going to happen. He's every time he's up at bat, you're like, oh my god, is this guy going to hit a home run? Because he's that good. Exactly. Of course he's like. It's like shit. I got to pitch against Mike Trout. Damn it.
It's a tough.
That's
one.
my guy. That's my guy. Frank, who do you think?
Could be Trout. I love Bryce Harper this year. I think he's going to go off. I think he's going to hit 40 plus. He could be right up there. Soto is showing that he has more. He continues to get better every year. Can't put it past him. JD Martinez is off to a scorching start. He can be up there. Even Eugenio Suarez is got 40 plus home run power.
Somebody dropped him in a league that I was in.
What?
But this is a serious, mind you, this is a serious league of like 14 teams, 250 entry.
Wow.
Like we're talking like a serious league. Like
this is a bag.
And there's some people from the Rumboyz network, like Pinto's in this league. Oh yeah. Somebody dropped him.
Wow.
45
man.
out of
That's-
$250 fab that we started with. Somebody spent 45 on him to get him.
Wow.
Good.
Who did they drop him for though?
Oh wow, ground rule double for Swanson. Slappy,
Swanson.
slappy, slippy, slappy,
Swanson?
slap.
Oh, it's Samsonite.
Samson. I was way off.
I love her. Do you know that? Are you aware? Of course, he knows Jim Carrey.
Dumb and Dumber.
I'm hip.
Those Dumb and Dumber
I'm
reference?
hip.
Anyone?
I seen it.
We landed on the moon.
I'm more of
Yeah.
a Truman Show guy personally. That's actually my favorite film. But-
Truman Show's a good one. Actually, he was-
Alcantara,
actor,
Ian
bro.
Anderson, both awesome. I like Ian Anderson a lot. I love Alcantara. Is it Alcantara?
Alcantara.
It's
Alcantara, if you
Yeah.
say it, or Alcantara, if you're saying it properly, probably in Spanish. I go Alcantara
Pretty
just
good.
because it's Ian Anderson's first full year in the league, and he's probably
Right.
going to have fewer
Yeah.
innings. Alcantara's probably going to get like 180. Anderson's probably going to get like 150. I mean, he only pitched,
exactly.
I think, 30 innings last year in the big league. So just because of the volume, I got to go Alcantara there. But both are good pitchers
That's-
for sure.
Basically what he said. So
Yeah. But yeah, if you could have both, hey, get both. But yeah, Alcantara for sure.
yeah, because I mean, like they're both insanely good, but I mean that would be the tiebreaker. Also, yes, fun spelling, but I love it, man. Castellanos, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Castellanos.
Yeah, Nicola Castellanos. Yeah, shout out the Greeks,
Yeah.
man. You know, like, but yeah, dude, like, oh god, he's
It's
so
like it
good.
sounds Italian. It sounds
Yeah,
Italian
it
though
sounds Italian,
too.
but it's Spanish,
Right? It sounds Italian, but like Greek, like it's very
Yeah.
similar. I mean, the cultures
that-
are very similar. You know what I mean? Like we're
Mhm.
all about
it.
family, about hating each other and loving each
Grazie.
other, and like everybody's in each other's business. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
hey.
Hey, forget about it.
You love to see it.
A lot of
This is
talking
quality
with your
content
hands.
here, people.
Frank gets it. Frank gets it. I mean, he's Italiano, right? He's.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you speak a little Italian at all, or no?
Very little, but I understand more than I could speak. Like I could
Cool.
understand a bit.
So my wife. All right, my wife. Her last name is Bonanno.
Oh,
Nice.
Right? See, you see, Frank. He was like, "Oh
Bonanno
shit, okay,
family.
all right." He's like,
That's
"You
a,
need
that's
anything
a,
from me?"
That's
I
a
got
big
you.
crime family.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Allegedly.
That's all
Okay,
I'm gonna say. All right?
allegedly.
I said
That's
it,
all
I
I'm gonna
said it.
say. All right?
wait.
If he says too much more, he's gonna have to kill us. You know what I mean?
Hey, if you say too much more, you ain't gonna be in the show next week. All right? That's
You be swimming with the fishes.
They're gonna.
But yes,
you're gonna get a call, and it's gonna be like, "Yo, hey,
They sent for me.
Anthony. Hey, Anthony. I know
Hey,
you're doing
Tony.
great with your show, but that Bulgar guy, he's got to go. He's gotta go.
we really like him, but I don't.
He's got to go. He's got to go.
He's not. He's
gotta-
Hey.
That's what they would
You
say.
gotta take care of it. Yes.
Hey,
The
Forest
mafia.
Law, man, appreciate you hopping on, bro, and giving the love it. Adam loves it. He's loving it. The O's are back. I mean,
I don't know. They're playing.
It's been
pretty-
ramping up
they
for a
got
while.
swept.
I like their lineup. I don't know. Like they gave up Dylan, like they let Dylan Bundy go, who's apparently playing good for the Angels, which is insanely odd. Like, what the hell?
Orioles
I don't know.
pitchers, whenever they leave, end up doing
It's just
okay
like with-
sometimes. It's just,
Yeah, it's
Right?
like
With
with
the
the Pirates. You
Yeah.
leave the Orioles. It's like you evolve as a like.
look at Arrieta.
Remember, did you used to play Pokemon when you were kids or no?
Of course.
So you know,
100%.
remember you'd have to trade like Graveler in order for him to evolve to Golem, or like
Oh, hell yeah.
Kadabra, you have to trade him and then he evolves. It's kind of like that.
I'm
They
loving
leave
this
Baltimore,
analogy.
they leave
Right.
Baltimore, they evolve. Like
These
like a
90s
Pokemon.
references today are just like, we're really knocking it out.
We are on it. Like, you know what? Shame on everyone who's like not tuning in and like
Yeah.
feeling these 90s references right
It's
now.
been
Like,
a nice, it's a nice underlying cranberry theme of the entire day. You know, it's
Jesus,
just like,
Adam.
it's been-
Yeah. I've been trying to find some way to throw in ocean spray somehow because I was like, well, how can we do this cranberry thing in another
Batter
way?
up.
Batter up. Yeah.
Batter up. All right, 3-1, top of the fourth. Braves are up. I mean, Sunday night.
I need
Let's
a
go,
lot
Braves.
more strikeouts. Smiley's at 2. I need 7. He's got
We just need him
46.
to we also need him to score a little bit more fantasy points than Matt Moore.
Yeah, which he will because Moore already gave up 3 runs.
That's right. And Smiley has what? 1 or 2 more strikeouts then?
No, Moore has 3. Smiley has 2. But Smiley's the type he could strike out the side and then all of a sudden.
Right, exactly. And then all of a sudden, the next inning, though, he could also still give up like 3. You're like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, he could also be
struck out the side.
He could also be pulled after like 83 pitches, something stupid like that. So it's gonna be ugly tomorrow when I post my bets and I say yesterday's record 0-6. I'm gonna put like that clown GIF like.
Yep.
What is it? He puts them. That's what I'm gonna do.
Let's put an end to this. Is it GIF or GIF? Like,
I don't know.
I've already.
I say GIF.
You say GIF? I like your version better, to be honest.
I think it's GIF.
Is it GIF? I mean, see here we are.
It could be GIF. Whatever. Yeah,
GIF, could be GIF. Honestly, it's
tomato. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
I was watching that Stanley Tucci show before because I was catching up with it. I don't know if you watched that on CNN. Stanley Tucci finding Italy. He was going to he's traveling like different because Stanley Tucci. Wait.
He's a good guy.
It's like an Italian
If they really wanted to get spicy with it, they could have just called it Finding Pomodori, so that, keep, tomato, the Italian, like it would have been a great play on words. I'm really disappointed that they missed that. It was right under their noses the entire time. I mean, I'm just saying, hey, if you ever need me to punch up your ideas for comedic effect, I got you. That's what I'm here for. But dude, man.
All right,
Stanley Tucci needs my help. I'm just saying. That's all I need. I'm just going to throw that out there.
CNN give him money.
CNN gives me money.
I'll take money from CNN.
I know, right?
I mean, like, holy crap.
Give me money.
Jeez.
Dave, I'm feeling really good about my Braves call, though, so far.
Looking good.
Well,
good.
It's 3-1. I mean, you got Bryce's up next, I believe, after Hoskins right now.
Are we in the second?
We are in the fourth. We're in the top of the fourth.
Damn,
Hoskins
through this game.
Hoskins is up with a 0 of no outs, full count. And then Bryce is up next. So what we're hoping for right now, which wouldn't help our Drew Smiley, but we need a Bryce Harper home run.
Yeah.
Which Rhys Hoskins just hit a home run.
Ooh,
did he?
Well, holy crap.
Hey,
holy crap.
We're doing it again, Sven. Like, we select the dudes on MKF and the other.
And they literally, Frank. So we do a show every Sunday.
In fairness, that was my pick.
We do.
That was your
terms on it. Well, every single Sunday before football, me, Bogart, and Robbie, who is our fearless leader of the Rumboyz network, every single Sunday we do a show, hour and a half long.
Touchdown dance one that would fuck us up every week.
Literally before every game, right? The touchdown. We would do a monkey knife fight, and I would predict my guys. And I think I went. I don't think I won once, right? Like I went 0-55 for monkey knife fight, no matter who I picked.
It was a parlay though. Like if we would have went soloed them up, right? We would have hit. But the fact that you have to hit on every single one that you
it's tough.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so the touchdown dance always haunted us because we would be in the ballpark.
Sure, let's take Kamara and Derrick Henry because they're going to score a touchdown this week.
But then they'd be like, okay, they need to score 5 total, right?
Right?
So
what the
who's our third guy? You know what I mean? It's like, yo, this is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But
it's tough.
Yeah, it was tough. But like, bro, I hit.
I don't know, my
so many
man.
times
I don't know, bro.
on those parlay ones, the touchdown dance fucked with me all year.
I hit up the dollar store, so I might have shades like Bogey the next show.
I like
These
those
are actually
shades.
my real
You
shades.
know what I mean? I got the white ones. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
The
got
dollar store is the
It's the
shit for
one.
stuff like this.
Hell yeah. Listen, I'm not an advocate for like I've had these shades right here.
I don't
These are
spend
way
money on sunglasses. I don't know about
better.
you guys,
Either
but
anymore,
I do.
anymore. I used to though.
I lose
Actually,
them.
I
I
have these
break
dope ones.
them. I'm
Hold on, where's my other ones, man?
but my buddy, shout out to my boy Turk. Hence, I was in his wedding.
know where
My
they're at.
buddy
Oh,
from
yeah.
back home. We went to college together as well.
Yeah.
He got us for our gift as like a groomsman, because I was a groomsman in his wedding. He got us a killer pair of Ray-Bans.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
shit. Nice.
Ooh.
Like,
But not like Bogard Ray-Bans though. Like
these
these
are dope right
type,
here.
but like these type, but like they're Ray-Bans. Oh my god.
These have been like
Those are only in my car.
the Bogart staples right here. Like
Yes,
in
they
the
are. Those are the
Oh,
Bogart
nice.
staples.
I like
These
them.
are
I like.
the Scott Summers. I call them
Because
the
those
Scott
are
Summers.
those are the San Fran. Those are the San
Yeah,
Fran
'cause they're
colors,
red and
right?
gold, right?
Exactly. Those
But
are the
like,
San Fran colors.
These are made by Key. First of all, Key Australia, give me money, right?
Manchester
girl-
United won today. I know that's completely irrelevant what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! They beat Tottenham
My
3-1.
girl's
I was going to try to
cousin
guess that
works-
game, and they won.
She works at this. She's an editor for this company, right? Like she does all their advertisings and shit like that, right? So, and my daughter, she got my daughters to be like, what I don't want to say models, but their pictures of them were used in their ads. You know what I mean? So we got a ton of free glasses. You know what I mean? And I was like, hell yeah, because these joints aren't cheap. You know what I mean? And like, I am the dollar store, the imitation guy. Like, you know, when you go to like in the malls, they'll have the kiosks. Be like,
Oh hell yeah!
super dub.
Hey, come to
And
my
they
stand.
look
Come to my stand.
legit.
Oh, check these
Yeah,
out.
they
Check these
look
out. These
legit
look
because-
so good on you. Check
Bro.
them out.
Like these ones right here, I've had these for over 10 years. These are the last like legit ones I paid for. These were like $400 when I bought them.
Oh, dude, you got to take care of those, man.
Yeah, I know. I tried.
Right,
still have them,
exact.
man. But before, when I was young, bro, I'm Armani's, Versace, just stupid DKNY, and I would just ruin them, bro.
You mean DKY, Air Manny without an I, right? Like the knockoffs like that, right?
Yeah. No,
I'm from New York.
I
I'm from New York.
Yeah.
I used to buy Olche and Gabbana. You know what I mean? Och without the C. You know,
Bro, like
if they lasted me 2 months, I was happy.
Coach, give us money. There we go. Just
Yes. I mean, it's the same way. It's the same way they came out with Coogee. Y'all remember Coogee? It was like
oh
Gucci,
yeah,
but
dude.
Ooh.
yeah. And Coogee was popping.
Naturally, Garrett Cole's going to pitch. I mean, Robbie Ray was good, but like, come on. He's no Garrett Cole. Let's be real.
Yeah, Yankees heavy favorites. You know, Robbie Ray coming off the injured list. It's his first start of the year. Yeah,
Against
the
that Yankees
should win.
lineup.
Yankees
could.
should win.
They should. Here's the thing. They should win, but I hope they do. Ray Almudo just got out. Sorry for anybody that followed us on Monkey Knife Fight. Reese Hoskins is actually doing better. You know?
Yeah.
So. But Garrett Cole, man, Garrett Cole, I'm predicting Garrett Cole is going to go 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, like 1 walk. I don't like this is Robbie Ray was, I don't know if he was elite, right? But like he was a top. He was a top. I would have put him in like tier 2, maybe. At one point, you know what I mean? When he was on the Diamondbacks?
Yeah, that 1 year.
Right, he had that 1 year exactly. But like Garrett Cole is like it's Garrett Cole and Jacob deGrom.
Yeah,
and like that, like that's it. You know what I mean? Like maybe Trevor Bauer, Shane Bieber. I don't. Yeah. But it's Garrett Cole.
Yeah,
I'm a Yankees.
Yankees will win tomorrow.
Probably.
Probably.
I'm a Yankees fan. You just jinxed us, Frank. I don't like that.
Oh man,
that's what happens to my Yankees, man. They get jinxed. You
hate to see it. You hate to see it.
It's awful. Alec Boehm is up to bat right now. He's got a 2-1 count.
Come on, get some Ks. Ugh. Brutal.
Yeah, we're kind of falling behind in that department a little bit. It's getting a little oh jeez.
Yeah,
Right?
geez,
Like
I
the
still
more
feel
the
good
more
about
the game goes on, we're like, oh, what?
I still feel good about our little 5 for 5 entry though. I mean, that was pretty good.
I don't know if Gary Sanchez is the best hitter in that lineup. He might be right now. I mean, but I like where your head's at, Connor. I like it.
Statistically, right now,
If he is, he's not going to finish the season there.
no,
I'll tell you that much.
Well, statistically, he's close, but no, he's gonna have a bounce back year. I think though. I think he'll hit close to 30 home runs. He's not gonna hit whatever ridiculous average he had, 170. He's not
What
gonna
do you
hit
think?
that.
No, that's disgusting. That's gross. 170. Honestly, I don't care how good of a pitcher you are. You're not playing for me.
Yeah. 170 is insane.
Of course, yeah.
No, he'll hit he'll hit 230 maybe.
I was appalled at Chris Davis.
Yeah, he is
how
Sanchez.
Both of them though. Chris Davis with a C and Chris Davis with a K.
Mm-hmm.
When he was on the A's, Chris Davis, 45 home runs. But my man had 170 strikeouts and batted 260.
Even worse. He had 247 on the dot 3 years in a row.
It was very impressive. You gotta hand it to him.
Yeah.
So I got these juicy Lucy's ready to go. That's why I've been running back and forth.
Burgers?
Yeah, the juicy Lucy.
Stuffed with oh yeah. What did you stuff them with, bro?
Bacon and cheese.
My guy.
You know what I mean?
What kind of cheese? What kind of cheese, my man?
Oh, we're going with the sharp. You know what I mean?
Sharp cheddar.
Oh yeah.
Little cubes? What did you do? Little cubes, little shredded. I don't know.
Little mini cubes. Just put them all. Just stuff them in there. And this is really gonna make you mad because you're a New Yorker, but you're also a Texan.
But I'm also a chef too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna air fry these for the convenience. You know what I mean? Just
nothing wrong with that at all.
Fast and done. Yeah.
I really hope that he is awesome. I want him to be because I have him on many teams.
Yeah, Wander Franco's legit. Oh my Lord.
I love
He's not the number one prospect for a reason.
But he's on your team, bro. So he's got.
But exactly, he's purely to play. He's playing the game for my fantasy team. That's
that's. I like it. We're coming full circle. This is why they play the game for us.
Frank Herms, what do you guys think of Wander Franco? And then we'll close out. The show.
The thing is that who knows when the Rays are going to call him up. So for this year, I don't know. It's tough to see when he'll be up in the big leagues. Maybe around, at best, I don't know, June, July. But the way they operate as an organization, they just tend to be more conservative. So if you're playing in a season-long league, I don't know about him this year. I'm not a big fan. I don't.
Right?
They have to be conservative service time because of their lack of budget. So.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, whatever date you have in your head for when Franco will be up, I'd probably say add him a couple weeks to a month or a month to whatever you're thinking of. Probably. I mean, who knows? Maybe he gets scorching hot but then again, aren't they hitting at the alternates? It gets.
I think it's different. It's very different this year. Exactly.
Yeah,
the minor league is different this year. Exactly. Yeah. So Willie Adames is also playing. I mean, he's playing. I feel sustainable. You know what I mean? Like baseball, where they're not going to be like, hey, we're bringing up Wander Franco, and you're going to the bench.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they have a cutoff of when you can promote guys?
Jesus, I hate him.
No, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you can bring up someone basically anytime. I mean, it just really depends, because, I mean, you want to do it in an advantageous point, because you want to manipulate the service time and do all that shit. But I mean, there are rules for it. Once you get into the, I don't know, that's a whole deep divey thing. But I mean, you could just fuck it, whatever. I mean, there are certain things that complicate it, but for the most part, you can recall these guys anytime. I mean, unless they run out of options, and then it becomes a whole difficult thing. And then the DFA and the whatever. Yeah, I don't know. So there you go. That's a little brief fun fact. But Yeah, dude, Wander Franco is going to be legit, but it is going to take time. And predicting when he's going to come up, it's going to be a nightmare. And for you dynasty baseball players out there, pick up Vidal Brujan.
Did we pick Didi?
Oh, that's another guy. They have him too. That
we didn't pick Didi, did we?
No.
Guess what happened?
3-run home run. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That is a fact.
3-run jack.
That means he's beating Ozzy Albus because.
Yeah.
And they both hit home runs. That's the sad thing.
Wow.
They both hit home runs. This is why I love and hate baseball at the same time.
Wow.
Because of crap are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's great management. When did he come up at bat? Like where was he in the lineup? Like what order wise?
Didi's in the top of the lineup. He's in the bottom. That's right. Because
Didi,
he's seventh.
Or seventh, yeah.
Yeah, he's seventh. Yeah.
They got a deep lineup. They really do.
They do.
Which sucks because I hate the Phillies. Well, then again, I'm not really a big.
Of course, you're a
Nationals.
You're a Nationals fan. Like I'm a Yankees fan. I'm not going to root for the Red Sox. Come on. Do I want Bobby Dalbec to perform? No. Will he? I mean, I want to see it because he's a young talent. Of course I want to see it. You know what I mean? Those Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, Jason Varitek, those years. No. I hated every second of it. A year that did not happen, I will not name. Another home run.
I know.
Yeah. Wow. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was way too premature. That was way too premature. I'm sorry. That was not another home run.
But
no, I don't like when the Red Sox perform well. 2000.
Yeah.
I can't even say the year. I can't even say the year because it didn't happen.
It didn't
happen.
Because as somebody without a vested interest, I was a very big fan of 2000.
I don't know. 2004. It didn't even happen. It didn't happen. And my buddy Adam's probably gonna literally just hop in and tell the actual year.
No, here's the
because
year.
he drinks his Samuel Adams. You know what I mean? His friend from Boston.
Exactly, dude.
Samuel Adams, the best beer.
Jeez.
Is it one of those things where you did like the Men in Black thing where you just like wiped it from your memory with that little like tube thing?
Yeah.
Just like the.
I do not talk about the years between 2003 and 2005. I don't talk about that year.
I don't blame you. You know, that
I don't mention it at all.
Very complicated year, 2000.
He was frozen during that time. He just
I was Walt Disney, bro.
Frozen.
I was frozen.
Exactly. Shout out cryogenics. Give me money.
Cryogenics, give me money.
Yeah, 100%.
We should invest in cryogenics, bro. It's coming back.
Yo, straight up, it really is, though. I mean, like, that's been on the come up for a minute. You know, except for Antonio Brown's feet. Not so great. But other than that, you know.
That was good.
Results may vary.
I mean, exactly, right? Like a little asterisk. I don't know. I feel like I've actually.
Tequila? Is it good tequila? I mean, like,
I'm going to say that
cheap,
I haven't.
yeah.
I'm going to say that I haven't drinking tequila in like 12 years.
For real?
I try to avoid it.
Nope.
You know, do not touch it.
As much as I drink vodka on all our streams, I am a tequila drinker by choice. I just don't drink tequila on the show because
I'm not going to say your real name. I'm not going to say your real name because they don't know who you are. They know you Bogard.
But I feel comfortable with you knowing my real name, by the way.
Like, well, of course. Are you kidding me? We were way past that. Yes.
Yes. You know what I mean?
This is like VIP shit. This is like VIP shit if you know Bogard's real name.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you see me in public and you call my name, I'm going to act like I didn't hear it.
He ain't going to answer.
I'm just going to walk by.
He is not going to answer.
That ain't me.
But hey,
Go
guys.
through like we don't know nobody. Just like
this has been Frank. I cannot thank you enough. You're one of my favorite. You are one of my favorite follows on Twitter. I love your prop bets. This, we have a long season. This is not going to be the last time we see you on this show.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'd love
so.
to. This time I won't go 0-6 on the day I come on the show. Oh my God.
We're not going to pick Drew Smiley and Matt Moore. Like, this is not going to be our. Hopefully we have a DeGrom Scherzer Sunday night. You know what I mean? Like baseball going on.
Oh, yes, please.
Right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we have a good matchup maybe going on
Who's
this
up
Sunday
for
night.
next Sunday
Frank,
night football? I mean, baseball.
I don't know. I haven't. I'm not that far ahead right now.
Let me just take a look for you. Hold on.
That should be a thing.
The
We
Braves-
gotta emphasize the
It's the Braves and the Cubs. I just checked.
Ooh,
Damn, they got-
Cubs don't
they
really
got-
have any
they
aces
have
right
like
now.
all
Maybe.
the
Oh, Kyle Hendricks. Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah, he's just the
Right. He's like a
Not
number
that
3 on
exciting.
other
He
teams.
shine- he
Maybe
shines on
only number
basis
1
of
for Cubs.
comparison.
We'll see. But Frank, tell our viewers where they can find you, my man.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at FMRanteTFJ, and you'll see on Twitter I'll post anything I think of, basically. The other day I posted how I thought the Seahawks were a mess and they should just tear it down and rebuild, and I had the whole city of Seattle attacking me with pitchforks all day, tweeting at me saying what a terrible take. But it's okay. I like defending what I have to say. Whatever I say is what I think. It's not like I'm saying it just to get attention.
Just to say it.
I just think of something I think like my opinion and I tweet it out. So you'll see me there, and I'm always happy to engage in debate. And I also write for Rotoballer and a website called The Game Day, which has betting and fantasy content. So you can find me there. And I'd love to be back on the show. I had lots of fun.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Herms, tell them where they can find you, bro.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at HermsNFL because I primarily talk about football, but I'm a semi-retired, long-time big fan of.
Too, bro. Just keep showing them the.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, but
national
dude,
stats,
I
yeah.
got you. That's my shit, dude. I mean, yeah,
You're
I'm a
not getting a
semi-retired
tattoo for
fantasy
the
baseball
Nationals.
player.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I was deep into the fantasy baseball for years, so it's just like it's my first love. I know a thing or two. I love talking about it, but my primary focus is the fantasy football stuff. So it's like, hey, you can find me with my blog, The Lateral, at The Lateral FF. You can find some of my contributions with 14 personnel at 14P_pod, and then you can also find me here doing goofy shit because I'm the goofy dude at Rumboyz. It's like, yeah, dude, let's fucking live it up. But like, yeah, dude, hit me up. We'll talk about pizza and stuff. Like, it'll be great.
Oh hell yeah, Bogey.
Great, bro. Hey, you can find me right here at Rumboyz Fantasy Network every Tuesday. My version is better this week. We got my man Steezy A. Smith, always the best dressed. And also my man Miles Peacock. Bro, I'm about to be on this show with 2 good-looking gentlemen, and I'm going to be scruffy me.
Miles is going to be on this week too?
Yeah. I got to get you on one of these Tuesdays too, bro.
I can't. No, I
420.
can't. I'm not as good looking as those 2 guys.
I know.
I can't do it. I can't do it, man. With Miles and Steezy, I know Steezy, my man. Steezy's sharp. He is like
handsome fella right there. I'll tell you what.
He's going to get the papers. He's going to get the papers. Get the papers.
You
know what I mean? Like he's.
Yeah, and you can follow me at the GMM Network on everything, and you can also just give me money. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Give me money.
Thank you, Adam.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, bro. And I've been your host at the Fantasy Sven. Catch us every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the StrikeZone. Also, please be sure to hit subscribe on this, for the Rumboyz. Like, come on. Every single day of the weeks, except Saturday, I think, unless there's a UFC fight on with our boy Jake. Rumboyz After Dark Friday nights. During the week, great content, baseball, football.
All
awesome.
the isms.
All the isms.
Every single ism.
Hey, yo, Bogey. Yo. I got a question for you.
What that?
I just found out. So when Deja's showing me her work,